From the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, it's Houston Astros baseball. Tonight's Major League telecast is an exclusive premium presentation of home sports entertainment and is brought to you by Michelob. The night belongs to Michelob. Specially brewed to be exceptionally smooth, Michelob could make tonight the best part of your day. And by Texaco and its 18,000 retailers and 55,000 employees. Texaco, working to keep your trust for 84 years. And by your local independent Lennox dealer. Let the Lennox efficiency experts show you how to cut your utility bills almost in half and still be comfortable year-round.
Live from the Astrodome in Houston, Home Sports Entertainment brings you Major League Baseball, and it's the San Francisco Giants going against the Houston Astros this afternoon in the Dome. The Astros going for the clincher to win the National League West. Well, hi again, everybody. Bill Worrell along with Gene Elston, and there's no sense trying to hype this game, and there are no more formulas to use either, because it's right down to one simple formula. The Astros win it, and it's all theirs.
Everybody's excited about it, and I think everybody wants it this afternoon. I'd like to see it here for the home fans. And, you know, every day's different. Last night was no exception.
Oh, last night it was just beautiful, and we could start with a play made by Denny Walling.
Unbelievable, very reminiscent of one that Phil Garner made a couple of years ago, but this is absolutely great, absolutely. He made another play, you know, deep back at third base. Talking to Denny before the game, he said, the one on the ground ball, he says, was a better play. Of course, I told him they both were routine.
Number 30 for Glenn Davis.
Yeah, and he hit that shot up against the screen. Magnificent year for this young man. He has just come so far. Great job, 30 home runs.
And what about this guy?
Well,
I don't know what kind of water he's drinking in Alvin, but I want some.
Probably one of the most amazing athletes in baseball history, I think, to do what he has done so far this year. It's been absolutely amazing. He has had such a great career, and we've talked about this many times, but right now you would have to say that there will never be another Nolan Ryan.
Oh, you can bet. I'll second that. The pitching matchups today, Mike Scott going for win number 18.
We'll have a couple of hard throwers today, and well, we'll get it underway here. Let's go out and win it, huh?
I'm ready to go. Cincinnati defeated Atlanta today, so it's up to the Houston Astros, and if they win, they clinch the National League West, and it's coming up next on HSE.
The night has a beat of its own, a feel of its own, a beer of its own. Exceptionally smooth Michelob. It could make tonight the best part of your day.
The automotive world knew it would come. It was only a matter of time. Acura. A new dimension in performance automobiles from a new division of American Honda. The Acura Legend V6 Luxury Touring Sedan and Acura Integra Sports Sedans. The precision-crafted automobiles of Acura.
Starting at $96.93, now at Gilman Acura, I-45 North at Rankin Road.
On Tuesday, September 30th, the great Gretzky comes to Dallas's Reunion Arena when the two-time Stanley Cup champion Edmonton Oilers take on the Detroit Red Wings in the Cheap Auto Parts Hockey Challenge. Wayne Gretzky, a seven-time league most valuable player, is considered by most to be the greatest hockey player to have ever played. You don't want to miss the first National League hockey game ever to be played in Texas, featuring hockey's greatest star. Tickets are available at all local Rainbow Ticketmaster locations, or to charge by phone, call toll-free to this number.
I'm Carol Lane. As a mother, wife, and citizen, I share your concerns about crime. As a municipal judge with 7 years' experience, I have a strong commitment to law and order and to serve the people fairly and honestly. Won't you join the scores of civic and business leaders who have endorsed me for district judge? Together we can do something about crime. Please vote for me on November 4th. Remember my name, Carol H. Lane. Thank you.
I had another chance to say it, he might say it that way. We rented it, we liked it, and we bought it. And that's exactly what the Houston Astros are hoping to do, make a down payment place today. They certainly have done that so far the last month or so, and they hope to win it. There are your umpires today. Bob Engel will be behind the plate, Paul Runge at first base. At second base, Dave Pallone, and the third base umpire will be Steve Ripley. Let's set the defense for the Houston Astros. Glenn Davis will be at first base. Billy Doran will be at second. At shortstop will be Craig Reynolds. The third baseman, Denny Walling. In left field, Jose Cruz will be in left, Hatcher in center, and Kevin Bass will be in right. Behind the plate today will be Alan Ashby. And on the mound will be the guy cruising for the Cy Young Award right now in a battle with Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Scott. 17 wins, 10 losses, 18 would make that record look awfully good because he leads in strikeouts with 285, and his ERA is number 1 with 2.33. The lineup the Giants will send against Mike Scott will be Dan Gladden leading off, and playing in center field it'll be Robbie Thompson, Will Clark, Candy Maldonado, Chili Davis, Bob Brinley. The youngster Willette will be catching. Jose Uribe will be hitting 8th, and Juan Berenguer will be the pitcher. So here we go on HSE this afternoon. It's up to Mike Scott and the Houston Astros. It's right there in front of them. What a great job. Hal Lanier has to feel great about his ball club right now. And they can put a banner right up next to that 1980 Western Division Championship banner with a win this afternoon. The crowd is about in their seats right now, a late arriving crowd. We should have close to 38,000 this afternoon. They're all pumped up and ready to go, and here to call the action for you is Gene Elston.
Okay, Bill, we are set to play ball here this afternoon. This is a first, of course. The Astros have not had the opportunity to clinch a division championship, but once before that was in L.A., so it's home today. If they can make it, it'll be a great day for the fans. Wow, and he is plunked in the back, Dan Gladden. And the Giants have a man on base. So Gladden hit by a pitch in the first pitch of the ball game.
That's really, you can tell he's pumped up because that's something you don't want to do. Gladden is the guy that leads this club in steals, and once he gets on base, he can make a lot of things happen. So Mike Scott certainly didn't want to do that.
It'll take a few minutes here to get settled down. As everybody knows, this is a big one. Big one for all the individuals on this ball club, and of course as a team, and the coaching staff and everybody connected with it. Here's Robbie Thompson. Gladden with 24 stolen bases, big lead off first base. Thompson a .273 hitter. And Gladden's running on the first pitch, and Ashby's throw is not in time and a stolen base. And with 2 pitches in the ball game, the Giants have a runner on second base. Giants have run pretty well on the Astros this year. Only the Cardinals have stolen more bases against Houston. Cincinnati and San Francisco now, that's the 23rd each for the club. And it's a 1-0 count. Stolen base by Gladden, and nobody out. Mike Scott, 17 victories and 10 losses coming on today, and the pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes, 2-0. 6-4 final. That Cincinnati victory over Atlanta today. One of the amazing things about this crowd, Bill, is that they get into it so quickly. And here the Giants have a man on second base and a 3-0 count here on Robbie Thompson. And they're already appealing to Scott to get something going here. Should be a fun afternoon here at the Astrodome today. And the staff, Les Moss, Gene Tennis, skipper Hal Lanier, 3-0 pitch. There's the strike. That's what the fans want.
I think that's what Mike Scott wanted more than anything.
Yeah, really. First pitch of the ball game, he hits Gladden. Steele is second on the second pitch. Now he's 3-1 on the rookie with Will Clark up next. We've just started here in the Astrodome. We're in the top of the first, and now strike 2 to the rookie Thompson.
Gene, you have alluded to it all season long, and I will second your emotion in the fact that Scott is one of the rare pitchers, along with the other one, Nolan Ryan, we have, who is able to get a strikeout when he needs it, and that's so important.
And he needs one badly right here. There is nobody out. He is 3-2 now on Robbie Thompson. Scott ready to work again now with a big lead by Gladden off second base. And he popped him up. Craig Reynolds at shortstop. Thompson one away. Now Thompson goes out on the 3-2 pitch. Last Saturday, Scott won against the San Diego Padres. That was pretty much a blowout for him. The Astros won at 10-6. He worked 7 innings and then came out early. Hal Lanier won him for a couple innings. 3 runs and 5 hits is all in that game Saturday. And not unusual. 11 strikeouts for Scott in that game. He did not walk anybody. Mike has a pretty good run going now as he faces Will Clark. Pretty good run going as far as control is concerned, although he did hit Gladden to get this one underway. That's a strike.
You know, unlike that other game, Gene, all the damage against Mike came early. And it seems like, you know, if he gets through those first 2 or 3 innings and gets rolling, he's in pretty good shape.
1 strike here on Clark, a .292 hitter, partial season, of course, due to a injury that kept him on the disabled list for about a month and a half. And that's a fair ball. Runner goes, Gladden goes to third, 2 outs. Gladden breaking immediately on the big chop off the third base side. Alan Ashby to Glenn Davis at first base. So with 2 down, the Giants get a runner to third for Candy Maldonado. You could write a feature here on Scott's statistics this year. Boy, just about every category that he has had has been great this year. Here's Maldonado. Real good year for this young man. .250 batting average. Leads the Giants with 72 runs batted in. Pop foul out of play to the right side. Giants have done a good job this year. A ball club that lost 100 games last year. You have to give the Giant organization and manager Roger Craig an awfully lot of credit for the way they've turned this ball club around this year. Maldonado acquired for Alex Trevino. There's Roger and Bob Lillis. We all know the Flea, of course. Roger used to coach here as a pitching coach at one time. 1 strike here on Maldonado. Gladden on third. And just 1 ball and 1 strike to Maldonado. Leads in innings pitched. He leads the majors in 3 categories: innings pitched, strikeouts, and ERA. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Maldonado. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scott, 31 years old, has been an Astro since the beginning of the '83 season. He has won 50 games and lost 35. He's 2 games over 500 lifetime. He is 15 games over 500 in a Houston uniform. Ball 2 and strike 1 to Maldonado. And he popped him up. This will be Davis' ball. Right off the bag. Fair ball. Hit batter, steal, move up on the ground ball. Nothing doing top half of the first inning here at the Astrodome for the San Francisco Giants. And as you enjoy the ball game here on Home Sports Entertainment this afternoon, we go to the bottom of the first. Nothing. San Francisco and the Astros are coming in to hit.
On September 25th, 1986, Astro fans watched in awe as Mike Scott, Major League Baseball's strikeout king, pitched his way into the record books for the most dominating no-hit performance in modern baseball history. And now you can relive every moment as the Astros clinch the Western Division title with your own home video copy of Great Scott, the Astros Win the West. Here for only $39.95 is the culmination of the rise to power of Major League Baseball's Cinderella team, the Houston Astros. To order this 2-volume home video cassette recording, call 799-9555 or write HSA Video, Post Office Box 288, Houston, Texas 77001. Great Scott, the Astros win the West. Only $39.95 plus $4 handling. Check, money order, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Please specify VHS or Beta. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
Travel arrangements made through Eastern. For an easy, low-cost way to the east and west, come fly on Eastern's Moonlight Special. At Eastern, we earn our wings every day.
Let's set the defensive alignment now for the San Francisco. The youngster Will Clark will be at first base. Another equally impressive rookie at second base, Rob Thompson. Jose Uribe at shortstop. Bob Brinley, the converted catcher, at third base. In the outfield, Candy Maldonado in left field. Dan Gladden in center field, who can run like a deer, and Chili Davis will be over in right. Young catcher they just brought up from their minor league organization, Phil Willett, will be behind the plate. And on the mound will be 31-year-old Juan Berenguer, who has a 2-2 record, .277 ERA, And he's getting one of his rare starts today. This will be his 4th starting assignment for the San Francisco Giants. They brought him over from the Detroit Tigers a couple of seasons ago. Billy Hatcher will be leading it off. Then it's Billy Doran, Denny Walling, Davis, Bass, Cruz, Ashby, Reynolds, and Scott.
Well, we'll look at a hard thrower here today. Strictly a blazer. Berenguer will be in the mid-90s most of the afternoon as long as he's in there. But as Bill just pointed out, he is a relief pitcher basically. He's appeared 42 times out of the bullpen in his 4th start today. Billy Hatcher, 268. Bottom half of the first inning, 2 balls and no strikes. Berenguer 2-2 for the year, 2.77 ERA. He's worked about 9 innings this year in relief against the Astros. Hatcher, Doran, and Walling, bottom half of the first inning. Fans are still coming in here at the Astrodome this afternoon. 1 ball, 1 strike windup by Berenguer. Ooh, he was hit on the left hand, I believe.
Boy, you hate to see that with the playoffs coming up. He's already got that elbow that bothers him a little bit. You see he's got the wrapping on that.
Took that fastball, and that's just about all that Berenguer will throw.
You just hope it's not on a bony part of the arm. If it's on the fleshy part, it'll hurt for a while, but it
looked like the back of the hand, didn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell, but it's in that area. That's Dave Labossiere, the trainer. Well, I'll make odds with you. Hatcher will be on first base in a minute.
I'll tell you one thing. Bob Engel went right out to talk to Berenguer about it, didn't he? Now, Scott, you'll remember, hit Gladden to start the game.
This is very
now there's
unusual.
A warning going on right now.
Very unusual. I am very surprised at this. I am really surprised that Engel, this early in the ball game, even though Gladden was hit by the pitch, but Engel has to do this. Now let me go over the rule with you. If the plate umpire believes that Berenguer here in this instance was intentionally throwing at Billy Hatcher because of the Dan Gladden hit batsman, then he will warn the pitcher that the next time he comes close to a batter, or in the umpire's discretion he is throwing at another batter, he will be immediately ejected along with his manager. So he must notify both benches. You saw Lanier out, and there's the talk with Roger Craig. So the next time that Engel believes that somebody's throwing at somebody, they are gone, and the manager with them. So Engel's interesting. He's going to keep this thing in check since we've had 2 hit batters already in the first inning. That's the first batter, incidentally, that Berenguer has hit this year.
And really, Gene, I really believe both were unintentional, but that's Engel's job, as you pointed out.
Yeah, and I think with a hyped-up game like this one today, the crew chief decided he'd better make a move right away. This is Bill Doran. Hatcher's running on the first pitch. Steele doesn't need that hand to run. That's 37 for Hatcher.
You do it to us, we'll do it to you. Phil Willett is the youngster behind the plate, and he has a little trouble getting it out. See the double clutch? He couldn't get that baseball real good out of the glove. Hatcher is just having a phenomenal season, and boy, he has really come on since he's been moved into the leadoff position.
Doran hitting 277. He has a strike from Berenguer. Astros have a man on second base. There's that Hummer, and he's got a good one. 2 strikes. Doran, 5 homers, 35 RBIs. Two strikes. Doran gets behind with Walling up next. Uribe continues to stalk Hatcher, who continues off the second base. Oh, there's the changeup. Got him on 3 pitches. You don't expect a whole lot of those from Berenguer, but he set him up for that one.
Billy tried to hold off on it, hoping it would be a ball, but I think it catches the inside corner. Yeah, that's a good pitch.
So Walling will hit with 1 out and a runner on second base. Berenguer, a native of Panama, lives in Michigan now. He played with the Tigers, as Bill pointed out earlier, as most of you know. 5'11" and 215 pounds. A lot of bulk on him. Walling with a .312 batting average. And the fastball up and away, ball 1-0. 12 homers, 56 RBIs for Walling. Outfield is deep and off the right side. Left fielder Candy Maldonado is playing into the opposite side. The gap in left center is open here at the Astrodome for Walling. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think Engel got a little bad call on that one, and Walling is going to ask him about it. Walling's got a pretty good eye. From up here, that looked like it was not in the zone.
Gene, I want you to watch Berenguer's stretch. It's purely cosmetic. I mean, he doesn't have to do this. He never moves his feet. Now, you'll watch him. Once he sets on the rubber, he could just come to his waist. But watch this. He'll give it the arm action and never moves his feet once. He's ready.
He can start right there. That's a ball.
He doesn't have to do all of that. You know, most guys who work out of the stretch, they use the the raising of the arms to get their feet in position to throw to home. So they'll move their feet and their arms at the same time. But Juan, he doesn't do that. Watch, just the arms.
2 balls, 1 strike. And runner stealing third, and they got him. Nice throw by Phil Willett, the rookie catcher, right on top of the bag to Bob Brenly. Nice play. They got him stealing. 2 men are out and a 3-1 count here on Walling.
Well, the tough thing about stealing third in this situation is that Willett's got a good view down there to third base. But it's not a right-handed hitter, it's a left-hander, and so he doesn't have any chance of getting his vision blocked.
Now there are 2 men out, nobody on base, and the 3-1 pitch to Walling. Now 3-2. Berenguer, 31 years old, broke in with the New York Mets originally in the big leagues in 1978. Been around a little bit at some different ball clubs. That's fouled out of play. He went to Kansas City in '81. In fact, he was involved in a deal for and then was sold to Toronto and released, and then went on to Detroit, signed by a minor league contract actually by the Tigers, worked his way back up to the big leagues, and then came to San Francisco along with Bob Melvin for Dave LaPointe before the season started. He has a 3-2 count here on Walling with 2 outs, nobody on, and a base hit to center field, and there's the first hit of the ball game. 3-2, and Walling shoots into left center field.
Now, for all of you folks saying, well, now, why did he try to steal third base? We'd have had a run. Well, it's Astros baseball. That's the way they've been playing all season long. Billy was trying to make something happen.
Tried to get to third where Walling might have flied and scored on the sacrifice. But they have been aggressive, and for the most part, absolutely has to pay off. Magic numbers, only 1, let's face it. There's Davis, 265. Davis, with that 30th home run of the year last night, has taken over the 3rd spot in slugging in the National League now with a .495. He's been right in that vicinity along with Kevin Bass for some time.
I don't know how you described his home run on radio last night, but it got out so fast I really didn't have a chance to say anything.
Oh, all you have to say, it's gone, and that's the way it went out of here. Line drive.
Ooh.
Practically went through that screen in left field. I'm kind of strong. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Davis with 97 RBIs now. All-time high, 37 home runs by Jim Wynn. Wynn had his 37 home runs for this ball club at this time. He had, by the time his 150th game had come along, Wynn did not get another home run after that. Of course, there's only a little bit, well, 10 games to play, something like that, so that's out of the question, basically. Juan Berenguer has hit a batter. Hatcher's been caught stealing third base after he stole second. Doran has struck out. Walling is single. 2-1 here on Glenn Davis. And a very high power.
Every time he hits one in the air, you can hear the crowd.
Ball 2, strike 2.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of guys called in sick today.
Yes, sir. A lot of coach today.
That old office didn't look that good this afternoon, did it?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They certainly will be excused for it. This is a first happening here in Houston. Ball 2, strike 2. Walling on first base. And Davis takes a little chopper that bounces to catcher Phil Willett. Full count, 3-2. Little threat by the Giants in the top of the inning, and likewise here for Houston in the bottom half. 2 outs, And Clark has left the bag at first base for Walling. And Walling makes his move to second base. Base hit to left field. Walling will have to stop at second because that ball was hit very sharply and right to the left fielder, Candy Maldonado. Once again, it is apparent that Davis is a power hitter, but is so good with the clutch hits and does not strike out a lot. It's really amazing that that kid has worked with Dennis Menke and just can handle those pitches very nicely.
I think what Roger Craig is doing is coming out and saying to Juan Berenguer, now pretend like I'm bringing you in from the bullpen now.
Yeah.
And try to get me an out here.
Now you're more comfortable with men on.
Well, what Roger's problem is right now is that the season the middle of this Astro lineup has had, when you think about it. Walling has been sensational. Glenn Davis, as Gene just said, has been absolutely fantastic. And now you're getting to a guy who's been Mr. Clutch all year long for Houston. 177 hits. You can't rest with Kevin Bass and then Jose Cruz on deck.
Well, there they are, Walling at second base and Davis on first. 3 of the first 4 batters have reached in this ballgame. 1 wiped out on the attempted steal. Bass hitting .313. There are 2 men out here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, no strikes to Kevin. Davis batting 4th most of the year, and Bass right behind him. A lot of home runs, a lot of RBIs back to back there. And Cheo with pretty good numbers considering he was not strong at the beginning. Fly ball, right field, and back to the wall, Davis, and that'll end the inning. It started out like it had a shot. Died Chili Davis just about back to the barrier, right up against it. Bass flies out. Astros create a little excitement here in the first inning. But as we go to the top of the second here on Home Sports Entertainment, early in the ball game, and to 1-0.
Right now, your body's thirsty for more than water.
You what you want in only body like you never had before. Quench its Gatorade is thirsty. So go and give your thirsty body what it's feeling thirsty for. Quench its Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
Gatorade Thirst Quencher quenches the thirst in your throat while it helps put back the potassium, fluids, and minerals your whole body's thirsty for.
Quench its Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
The beauty of patience is its gentle persistence, but the power of patience is anything but passive. For proof, we introduced the new generation of Mitsubishi pickups. This new Mitsubishi is more than just a new truck. Patient crafting has combined a vigorous new shape with the available power of the largest inline 4-cylinder built, which proves that even patience likes to kick up a little dust. Mitsubishi.
This was one beautiful car until the brakes failed. At Bill Blankenship, our brake work is guaranteed for life.
Well, it certainly has been a great Scott type of season for Mike Scott this year, and Gene told you a moment ago, leading in 3 categories in the major leagues. And there are his rankings and his ERA and his strikeouts and innings pitched. And shutouts, he's second with 4, and he has 17 wins, trying to make it number 18 today.
That 4 shutouts, of course. Bob Nepper with 4, and Jack Morris also with 4. They are the leaders, 5 each. Little HSE plug there for Mr. Lanier, who is a shoo-in for Manager of the Year in the National League.
Oh, you bet.
Here's Chili Davis, switch hitter. 3 switchers in the lineup today for the Giants. This .276 average for Davis is the highest in the club, .276. Clark batting .292 coming in today, but he has not been up enough to qualify. 11 homers, 65 runs batted in for Davis, and Scott gets behind here 2-0. There's one other category that, well, there are quite a few categories when you talk about Scott. This is the 36th game that he has started this year. Ball 3, gets behind. A little shaky here to start the ball game, and a little shaky here to begin the second. In 35 starts, Scott has pitched 7 or more innings in 28 of them. He's averaged 7 and 1/3 innings per outing. 3-1. Nobody out. Brenly will be next, and then Phil Willett. 6'3", 215-pounder. Mike out of California, but has made his home in Arizona now for the past few years. Here's that 3-1 pitch, and ball 4. So the lead man is on for the second time. That is the first base on balls that Scott has given up in 25 and 2/3 innings. About 12 innings shy of the club record set in 1965 by Robin Roberts. Here's Brenly, runner first. Brenly leads the Giants with 16 home runs. Davis at first, 14 steals. I mentioned the Giants will run a lot on the Astros, and Scott is very vulnerable to that. And a strike. Strike 1. Strike 1 to Brenly. Batting .253. 0-0 as we play in the top of the second. Brenly caught most of the time in the early season against the Astros, but Houston ran very freely on him, so with the exception of today, of course, where Roger Craig has the rookie in there, we've seen Bob Melvin most of the time, who is the stronger defensive catcher. So Brenly, with his bat, will play third base most of the time, and played a lot of first while Will Clark was laid up. Chili Davis.
Having another good year. Good ball player.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's a little bit slow in developing, but good commodity right now. There he goes. 2 strikes on Brenly's swing, and the second steal of the day for San Francisco. 15 for Davis. That's the 25th steal for the Giants against Houston this year.
Tremendous jump. Now watch the kick by Scott. You see, by that time, Davis has already made about 5 steps towards second base, and there's really no way that, you know, he almost got decoyed by Billy Doran, didn't he?
He sure did. That's a great shot there. Where is it? 2 strikes on Brenly. I struck him out on 3 pitches. That's number 1 for Scott today, 286.
That's about as long as I've seen him go without a strikeout this season.
Well, hasn't been very much. You know, he is just about averaged, coming into today, Bill, is just about averaged 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's 9.9 coming into today. And pushing that 300 mark, which has been done twice by a National League right-hander in history, both times by J.R. Richard. 286 right now. Here's Phil Willett, the rookie. 143 average. He's had 2 hits since he came up here, 2 for 14. He is a switch hitter.
Well, he just threw the old split finger that time, and the real irony about that story is he learned it from the San Francisco dugout, basically. When he went to Roger Craig, of course, he hadn't been hired as the manager of San Francisco, and Roger gladly taught him the pitch.
1 strike, runner on second, Chili Davis, no score. And out here for the Giants in the top of the second, and a ball. So Roger Craig taught it to him, and was one of the first ones to challenge him on it. One of the first ones about scuffing the ball. Well, I taught you that pitch, but it didn't move like that when I taught you.
Yeah, but he just learned it. Roger has been accusing a lot of folks this year of scuffing the old ball. I wonder if that's the pitch he teaches.
Well, Roger threw a lot of Major League Baseball. He probably knows just about as much as anybody about scuffing or cutting up a ball. Ball 2 and strike 1 on Phil Willett. Scott with 6 complete games. He has lost twice to San Francisco this year without a win. Giants beat him 4-1, and then they came back and beat him again 3-1. The last start was a no decision, so this is his 4th start against San Francisco this year. He's 2-1 here on Willett. And there's a dandy. Take a look at that one, 2-2. Here's what Scott's done against the Giants this year. He has a 270 earned run average, 20 innings, 7 runs, and 18 hits.
Watch the bottom fall out here.
Boom. Ball 2, strike 2. Base on balls to Davis, a steal, a strikeout of Brenly. And a 2-2 count here to Phil Willett. Back to the net, still 2-2. Two men on so far in the ball game, 1 in each inning here for San Francisco. Hit batter and a walk. Cincinnati won today 6-4. So the Astros will have to win this one if they want to clinch today. No score in the second inning. That's strikeout number 2.
Well, I did that so much in my brief career, I can tell you how that feels. First of all, every rib on your right side almost caves in, and you almost break your right wrist. Now watch, he's trying to swing. Now he decides to lay off. And he'll be sore tomorrow morning.
Well, that was Phil Willett, and he has just struck out, and here's Jose Uribe. Shortstop for the Giants is a switcher. There's a 224 average, and 2 outs now with Chili Davis on second base. Ball 1 down a little bit. Mike Scott 17 wins as he looks at Uribe here in the second inning. 18-8 last year for Scott. And 1-0 to Uribe. And that's trouble, and Dorn's back. Took my eye off of Dorn. He had it all the way. Watching Bass, he had no chance on it. Dorn made an easy play on it, drifting back. That retires the side. So the Giants got a couple runners to scoring position early. They are both stranded there as Uribe ends it with a pop to second. And here on HSE, we go to the bottom of the second inning. We are still 0-0.
There's a lot of talk on TV about cars with clogged fuel injectors. Chances are you'll never have the problem if you use Texaco. Because the detergent in its Petrox additive helps clean clogged injectors and keeps them clean. While the higher octane and super unleaded helps knock out the knocks. Look, 2 different gasolines. On regular unleaded, engine knocks rob my power. But on Texaco Super Unleaded, I get performance fast. Texaco Super Unleaded with Petrox detergent. Superstar power for more car power.
Astro fans, for a limited time, you can order your own complete copy of the Houston Astros San Francisco Giants game that clinched the Western Division. To order your 2-volume home video cassette of Great Scott, the Astros win the West, call 799-9555 or write HSA Video, Post Office Box 288, Houston, Texas 77001. The price is only $39.95 plus $4 handling. Check, money order, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Please specify VHS or Beta. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
Some of the crowd with a festive occasion at the Dome, and you can tell those fans have been around a long time. They have the orange caps.
Yeah, they sure look weird at this stage.
But they're having a big time at the ballpark. The air horns are out and everything.
Well, a special season, a special thanks. Join the Astros on Sunday, October 5th for Fan Appreciation Day when the Astros play the Braves at 2:05. Hundreds of gifts will be given away to let you, our fans, know we appreciate you. Bring the family to the Astros' final home game of this truly special 25th season. Fun, excitement, and plenty of great memories. Tickets are on sale at Ticketron, the Astrodome, or call 526-1709. Should be a great day, the last day of the season. The Atlanta Braves. And by then, of course, the Astros will have locked it up a long time ago. Like today, for example. Here's Cheo. 274 average against Juan Berenguer. We're scoreless. In the bottom of the second, Cruz, Ashby, and Reynolds. Every once in a while, they play that 5th no-hitter of Noli's with that orange cap. Boy, you say, what club is that? 2-2. Dale giving us some pretty good rips off this fastballer here to open the second. 10 homers, 68 RBI.
That was even too high for Jose. As you know, Gene, and following him so many years, he's got about 6 different strokes. Now, he had his home run stroke on the first couple of swings, and now he may just try to make some contact here.
Ball 2 and strike 2. he's got all kinds of hits in him. The occasional long ball. He's been pretty good at that the last week. And the chop, of course. And I think he gets most of those, as you say, after he shortens up a little bit in the count. Now it's 3-2. Hatcher hit by a pitch. Base hits by Walling and Davis in the first. No score, however. And ball 4.
I really believe that Jose Cruz is the type of hitter that sets up a pitcher. And there are not too many like that, but he may have a pitch he wants to swing at just to make you think that that's the pitch you're going to get him out on, and then the next time you come in with it, boom, it's gone.
Well, he has been in this game a long, long time, and you're probably right. Docheo's at first base, and Alan Ashby the hitter. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Some pretty good cuts on this guy. Strike 1. Look at Ashby's numbers. Walk to Cruz. First base on balls off Baron Gary. Has hit a batter. I'm expecting Cheo to move a little bit. I'm surprised at that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Nolan Stoll tried to steal a base last night.
Yeah. He set a club record, too. That's the 3rd time he's been caught. Noli has been running rampant on the bases since he came over here in 1980. And a base hit to right. Cruz will hold at second as Chili Davis quickly gets to the ball and goes right over to third base to Brenly with it. Astros have something going in the second inning. Walk, base hit.
Well, in this situation with Mike Scott due up, I think they'll let Reynolds hit away. And you might see what Hal Lanier's got planned here. See if Craig can pull the ball to the right side.
Craig is in a real bad slump right now, approaching one of the longest that he's ever had with the Astros. He's 0 for 17 coming in right now. 244 average, 6 homers, 34 RBIs, and if you are thinking a bunt here, but as Bill pointed out, Scott's up next. He is one of the best bunters on the club. Cruz second, Ashby first base. No score, bottom of the second. Popped him up. Left center field. And the left fielder, Candy Maldonado, handles it. And they'll leave the bunting here to another one of the best bunters on the club, Mike Scott. So Cruz on second with a walk and Ashby with a base hit on first base and 1 out. Scott's had 9 sacrifices this year. He has been called upon to bunt 11 times, though he has missed on only 2. There's Jeff Robinson in the bullpen. First action we've had down the lines. We're only in the second inning. No score. A threat for the Astros. 1 out. 9 sacrifices, 11 hits for Mike Scott. Strike 1. Brenly staying back at third and Clark charging.
Excuse me, Gene. I think his problem that time is Mike waited too long to show bunt. Everybody knows he's going to bunt. He might as well square around and get in position so that he's ready to go with it.
Houston nothing and San Francisco nothing in the bottom of the second. 0-2. That fastball up by Baron Gare and a tough one to bunt.
Yeah, it really is. He might have laid off those 2. That is probably the toughest pitch to hit or try to lay down.
Dave Pallone umpiring at second base today. And the runners are Cruz and Ashby with 1 out. 2 strikes here on Mike Scott. He got it down. He has a play at third. Gets the force and no double play. But Scott cannot convert it. Bunt too hard, and Baron Gare had plenty of time to get it over to third base to get a force on Cruz.
Well, it was another high pitch. And you see how he tried to give with the bat, but there was no way. The AstroTurf speeds the ball up to Baron Gare so that he has an easy play over to third base to get Cruz. Now the only problem is you've probably got the 2 slowest runners on the team on base, so if Hatcher hits anything, it better be in the gap.
Yeah, there is not too much speed out there now. Ashby on second and Scott on first. After hit in the hand by a pitch in the first inning, stole second, throwing out trying to steal third. Oh, with 2 outs, still 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. And down to the shortstop. Uribe will go to first base with it to Will Clark, and that'll retire the side. Oh, the Astros leave 2 on in the first, leave 2 on in the second inning. They get some threats going, but so far nothing is materialized here on Home Sports Entertainment as we move into the top half of the third inning on what we hope will be the wrap-up day for the Astros. No score.
The night has a beat of its own, a feel of its own, a beer of its own. Exceptionally smooth Michelob. It could make tonight the best part of your day.
Take it from Dave Lennox. You can really save on your cooling costs with a new Power Saver 2-speed air conditioner. Watch what happens when it downshifts to the low speed that may serve 80% of your cooling needs. The savings really add up. Call one of these Lennox dealers today.
Meet Henry Wall. My 175-item checklist makes possible low bills, low payments, quality at the right price. Wall Service.
Meet my friend Rob Lamb.
Call us for your new Power Saver air conditioner and pulse furnace.
100% financing is available.
The Astrodome box office is open for your convenience 7 days a week between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Cash, checks with proper ID, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express are accepted.
HSE would like to salute some of the restaurants and pubs around the Houston area who carry the Houston Astros. If the Mets are watching, they'll know that one very well.
Good place to start.
Silks Club, Stacks Club, Sam's Country Barbecue, Hofbrau House, and Phil's Seafood on Pinemont. I'd also like to give a special welcome to our friends NT and Faye and Kim Womack at Womack's House out near Fulshear, Texas. Clay O'Connor picking and singing on Friday and Saturday nights, and we'll see you guys out there tomorrow night. Womack's House always supports the Astros. They watch the games every night. Hope you're enjoying the game on Home Sports Entertainment.
Picking and singing.
He's a good one, I'll tell you. Clay O'Connor knows every country song you can think of.
After 2 innings, 0-0, Scott has hit a batter and walked one. A couple of strikeouts early, and the pitcher Juan Berenguer will be leading it off. Berenguer and then Dan Gladden and Robbie Thompson. Eddie Walling, 1 out. Berenguer's had 1 hit. He's had 2 hits in his major league career. Of course, he spent some time in the American League. And he's out on the first pitch, and we'll go to the top side of the order now to Dan Gladden again. Kansas City beat Minnesota today. Day game final, Royals 8, Minnesota 1, and that Cincinnati score again 6-4 as the Reds beat Atlanta. Nolan Ryan, Phil Garner, Dan Gladden hit by that pitch in the back. Initial pitch of the game by Scott. Stole second base and then was stranded. 1 strike to Gladden. Matt Keogh will open that Atlanta series tomorrow in Atlanta against Doyle Alexander. Walling will get another shot. And the big bounce, 2 outs. Scott a little bit slow getting started in each of the first 2 innings with a hit batter and a walk. Gets 2 quick outs here in the third. Astros trying to wrap it up today. The Western Division of the American League and the Eastern Division of the American League getting close. But magic number for the Angels is 3, and the magic number for the Red Sox is 3. One strike. 2 strikes on Thompson. Cleveland is at California tonight. And Toronto at Detroit.
Who do you think is going to be the first guy to ask to see the ball?
Oh, I don't know. It's been quite a while since anybody has. But I think it's about due to be popped up again. 1-2.
Especially if that split finger keeps going down the way it is.
2 outs, nobody on, no score. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Robbie Thompson. He'll get a lot of Rookie of the Year votes. Foul ball.
You know, Gene, if Will Clark had stayed healthy, he would have had a good shot.
I think so. His numbers are good anyway, you know, for the time he was up. And he certainly impressed me. Of course, we haven't seen some of the youngsters in the American League, but early in the season, before Clark got hurt, he was just a natural.
Boy, they have got a bunch of youngsters in the American League, hitters, and hit the long ball. Cleveland's got a couple of good young lookers.
Kind of anxious to see that Corey Snyder play. Boy, his numbers are great. Thompson, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And just a little piece of that one, 1-2. Got a lot of leading candidates for Rookie of the Year. Todd Worrell, of course, very prominently mentioned. If you go along with the theory that a pitcher can win it, I don't go along with that, but I think that should be a separate category.
His name's easy for me to write.
Yeah, do. But you have Thompson and Kevin Mitchell of the Mets and Barry Bonds of the Pirates. Here's that 2-2 pitch. Hey, got him. That's the third for Scott. Swing and a miss by Brenly Ouellette in the second inning, and Thompson does it here to wrap up the top half of the third inning. We go to bottom of 3 on HSE. Early in the ball game at the Astrodome, Astros and the Giants are 0-0.
Take it from Dave Lennox. You can really save on your cooling costs with a new Power Saver 2-speed air conditioner. Watch what happens when it downshifts to the low speed that may serve 80% of your cooling needs. The savings really add up. Call one of these Lennox dealers today.
For the ultimate in high-efficiency air conditioning, get the Lennox 2-speed from Buffington's Bio-City service with 2 locations to serve you.
Efficient quality Lennox products actually pay for themselves.
Let Oak Forest show you how to save up to 50% on your utility bills.
Right now, your body's thirsty for more than water.
You want your one and only body like you never had before. Quench its Gatorade, it's thirsty. So go and give your thirsty body what it's feeling thirsty for. Quench its Gatorade, it's thirsty. For that deep down body thirst.
Gatorade Thirst Quencher quenches the thirst in your throat while it helps put back the potassium, fluids, and minerals your whole body's thirsty for.
Quench its Gatorade, it's thirsty. For that deep down body thirst.
The automotive world knew it would come. It was only a matter of time. Acura, a new dimension in performance automobiles from a new division of American Honda. The Acura Legend V6 luxury touring sedan and Acura Integra sports sedans. The precision-crafted automobiles of Acura.
Starting at $96.93, now at Gilman Acura, I-45 North at Rankin Road.
Gifts for Sports Talk guests are provided by Southwest Sony, located at 14,011 Memorial Drive and 5757 Westheimer. Southwest Sony, Houston's only full-line authorized Sony dealer. Well, you agree with that?
Yeah, best in the West since 1980. Back for their curtain call here again. There's a ball down too low to Walling. Or rather to Dorn, excuse me. Dorn, Walling, and then Davis. Dorn struck out his first time looking. That's the only strikeout that Baron Gare has picked up so far. And it's 2-0. Astros forced into that extra game playoff with the Dodgers back in 1980 before they tangled with the Philadelphia Phillies in one of the most exciting playoff series ever. And the makings of this one, Bill, you got to hold off a little bit.
You really do. This could be the dandy of all. And of course, the World Series in '80, Gene, almost anticlimactic, wasn't it?
It certainly was. There's a ball out of play. 2-2 on Dorn. He broke his bat on that one. Hey, now there. You got a Clinch Day ball, she hopes. She's got a ball anyway. As he is, it's daddy.
Yeah. They both snuck out the back door at work, and now they're on TV. Yeah, I can still remember in 1980 that shot of Jose Cruz on the bench after the game, that dejected look. He put so much into it, of course, and it had been such a great game. What a roller coaster ride that game was.
Ball 2, strike 2 on Doran. Bottom of the third, no score, nobody out. Base hit. Between Thompson and Clark into right field. You know, in this game, your chances of getting to that World Series, this doesn't happen very often. In that 80 series, they got so close to getting into it. Well, there's Doran trying to get something else started. Astros have led off each inning with their first man on. Hatcher hit by a pitch, Cruz walked, and now Doran has singled to open the third with Walling. And a high pop-up over by the dugout. Brenly. No chance. There you go. After Brad Golden relaying that one into the crowd.
Before they were going to come in and get him.
Yeah, right. One strike on Walling with a base hit to left center field in the first inning. And nobody out. Doran on first. Outfield deep off the right side. Berenguer's pitch to Walling is a double play ball. Thompson, Uribe to Will Clark. 2 away. Now Walling hits into 2, and that erases Doran. And Glenn Davis will be the hitter. Davis singled to left field his first time. Hard hit ball to Maldonado in left field. 4 Houston hits. And no score. Ball 1. They're the home run men. Davis all by himself in that 2 spot after getting his 30th last night. Two balls, no strikes. Davis has had more home runs at home than he has on the road this year. Ball 2, no strikes. Uribe way over in the hole for him. Interesting that this time around, the Astros haven't seen the Giants for quite some time, but in the first 2 times around, Roger Craig was using that overshift on Davis. They don't. No one employs that very much. It worked on Davis early, I think, mostly psychologically. After he beat it a couple times, they switched back to basic normal. Second baseman Thompson is deep at second base, but not moved around. 3 balls, 1 strike on Davis.
Yeah, Grady Hatton scouts a lot for the Giants, was here during a series when a couple of other clubs employed it after the Giants had had success with it, and he just started going to right field and up the middle, and so everybody had to switch back.
2 outs and nobody on. 3-1 from Berenguer. Another foul ball upstairs. Astros are 24 games over 500 for the second time this year. All-time high is 25 games over. That was on October 2nd, 1980. That's when the Astros had that lead before they went into L.A. for the disastrous 3 consecutive losses to the Dodgers in the 80 season, and that brought on the 163rd game of the year. Well, they have a chance to tie that all-time high today if they can clinch it here. Here's 3-2 to Davis, and he is walked.
I'm telling you, this was a close pitch. If I were Berenguer, I'd be a little upset with this call.
Yes, sir. That's a good pitch.
Looks pretty good to me.
Berenguer didn't say anything, but he sure does shake his head about that one.
Well, I think it's showing you now that Glenn Davis has arrived in the National League. The umpires are starting to say, well, you got more clout than the pitcher does.
That's right. That's right. All right, here's Kevin. That's a strike. Bass sent Davis to the wall his first time up with the fly ball. Single Doran, double play ball, and a walk to Davis. 0-0 here in the third inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. lead as Range is back on top now. That's been flip-flopping between Range and Gwynn recently. Sachs is still in there, and Bass has been in that 4 spot now for about a week. 1-1 to Bass.
Denny Walling would be up there too, but he doesn't have enough time at bats to qualify.
And will not have enough. So it looks right now as though the Astros will have one 300 hitter this year.
Pretty good stat right there.
Ball 2 and strike 1. There's a base hit to right. Davis will stop at second. Chili Davis jumps on that one in a hurry. Cut off by the shortstop, Jose Uribe, at front of second base. Well, I'll say one thing, Bill. Not been a shortage of base runners in this game for the Astros.
No, all the Astros need to do, Gene, is pull the chair out. They've got the noose. They've had the noose around his neck for a while now. Somebody's got to apply the big hit.
2 outs in the 3rd inning, and 8 runners have reached already. 8 batters have reached off of Berenguer. Cruz is one of them. He opened that 2nd inning with a walk. Now he has Davis on second and Bass at first. Berenguer gives up his 5th hit, and Bass collects his 178th hit of the year. 0-0 in the 3rd.
Oh, yeah. He was trying to deposit that in the orange seats.
1 strike on Cheo.
Received a nice award from Puerto Rico before the game as the most popular athlete in that country.
That's behind 2 strikes on that pitch. Doran base hit, double play ball off of Walling's bat, a walk to Davis, and now a base hit by Kevin Bass. And 2 strikes on Jose Cruz. And a pop foul on the play. Up and in the seats off the 3rd.
I think Berenguer may be more comfortable out of the stretch, being a relief pitcher and being in those situations a lot more. It seems like when he goes to the stretch, he's a lot tougher.
That's Davis with a walk. Glenn's had a single and a walk today. Bass has flied out and single. Count is still 2 strikes on Jose Cruz. One and 2. Berenguer, a 5-year Major League veteran.
You're giving Cruz a lot of room in left center field. If he were to hit one out there between Maldonado and Gladden, they could start circling those bases.
Counts 1 and 2 on Cruz, 2 outs. Glenn Davis on second and Kevin Bass on first. And foul off the railing.
Boy, Berenguer got away with a mistake that time. He hung a curveball. And if you're going to throw Cruz a breaking pitch, you better get it down and have something on it. That time it was right up where Jose could get a good look at it. And that, I am sure, is what Willett is telling him. Watch this pitch just hang up there. Woo.
Bottom of the 3rd.
I can tell you one thing. He's certainly not throwing at Jose Cruz, because in the jam he's in right now, he'd love to have a strike, and he just wants to be careful. Berenguer's been around. He knows what a tough hitter Cruz is, and he wants to have something on the pitch, and he'd like to have it on the corner.
Good play by Willett.
Yeah, it really was. This is a good young catcher here.
Yeah, he's a good hustler. Trying to make his mark here in the big leagues. That moves the count to 2-2 on Cruz. Runners first and second, 2 outs.
pitch. What a pitch.
Well, the Astros now have left 6 on. They have gone 2-2-2 here in the early innings. And the score remains all tied up here as we go to the top half of the 4th inning at the Astrodome on HSE. Astros nothing and San Francisco nothing.
The night has a beat of its own, a feel of its own, a beer of its own. Exceptionally smooth Michelob. It could make tonight the best part of your day.
Next time you go away for the weekend, turn your weekend into a national holiday. National Car Rental now offers you special low weekend rates on almost every car in our fleet with a wide variety to choose from. National Holiday Weekend rates as low as $19.95 a day. So if you're thinking of taking off, turn your weekend into a national holiday. Call National at 800-CAR-RENT.
Do your group up right. Bring them to an Astros game. Groups of 30 or more get discounts. Call Astros Group Sales at 799-9567 for more information.
Rally Towel Night is Friday, October the 3rd, when the Astros play the Braves. You can get your tickets in advance for Rally Towel Night, sponsored by Randall's and Minute Maid. That'll be the final 3 home games of the year during the regular season. Well, we played 3 this afternoon as the Astros try to wrap it up in the Western Division of the National League. 5 hits, you see, for the Astros. Nothing doing much for the Giants. They've had some men on, but 0-0. And as we go to 4, here's Bill Worrell.
Thank you, Gene. Mike Scott heading into his 4th inning of work. And leading off, Will Clark, the young first baseman for the Giants. Impressive performer when I saw him at Mississippi State in college baseball. He's continued on here in the major leagues. Good at the plate, good bat control, and he's an excellent first baseman. There's the split finger, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Astros have had a lot of base runners today, but haven't been able to come up with a key hit to get the big run, and it's still 0-0. The Astros have 5 hits through 3 innings. And it's ball 2, 2-1. Will Clark, along with Robbie Thompson for the Giants, so they're 2 candidates for Rookie of the Year. Thompson with a better chance since Clark has been injured. And as we talked about a little earlier, had Clark not gone on that injury list, and his figures are pretty good right now. He's got 38 runs batted in limited time, and he's hitting at .291. Doran. Nice play to his left. You're going to see 2 of the better second basemen around in covering ground, Bill Doran and Rob Thompson. They're scattered all throughout the National League now. Steve Sachs having an excellent year. Of course, we know about Ryan Sandberg.
And Juan Samuel.
Juan Samuel.
They've got a lot of good ones.
Pittsburgh.
Johnny Ray.
Johnny Ray. Good pitch on the outside corner by Mike Scott to Candy Maldonado. Here's a guy that may be so good off the bench as a pinch hitter, he's hurt himself at becoming a starter. He really has produced for the Giants off the bench this year.
He's also done a real good job when he's played regularly. And of course, Roger Craig did not want to play him regularly, but due to the injury to Jeffrey Leonard, he got his chance to go both ways this year.
Well, he's really been outstanding. They've had a lot of injuries, the Giants have this year. But unlike the Dodgers, the Giants have been able to play through it. They brought up some kids that have really played good baseball. You know, it hurt them to lose Chris Brown, too, their young all-star. But they've played through that. Oh, good pitch. And that's the 4th strikeout of the game for Mike Scott. That split finger pitch right now is the pitch that Scott's got going. You noticed early in the game he didn't have good command of it, but now he does. Watch it. See the bottom fall out? Now he's found that pitch, and he's using it extensively. Chili Davis will be the hitter for the Giants. 2 outs, top of the 4th inning, no score in the game. Davis came in hitting at .276 with 11 homers and 65 runs batted in. Should be easy play for Reynolds. And an easy inning for Mike Scott. 3 up and 3 down as we're in the middle of the 4th inning at the Astrodome. And there's still no score in this game as the Astros go for the clincher on HSE.
In this town, you are what you drive, so I drive a funny car to make a serious point. Look, 2 different gasolines. On regular unleaded, engine knocks rob my power. But on Texaco Super Unleaded, I get performance fast. Its higher octane helps knock out the knocks. And to help keep the power flowing, the detergent in its Petrox additive helps clean clogged fuel injectors and keeps them clean. Texaco Super Unleaded with Petrox detergent. Superstar power for more car power.
Astro fans, for a limited time, you can order your own complete copy of the Houston Astros San Francisco Giants game that clinched the Western Division. To order your 2-volume home video cassette of Great Scott, the Astros Win the West, call 799-9555 or write HSA Video, Post Office Box 288, Houston, Texas 77001. The price is only $39.95 plus $4 handling. Check, money order, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Please specify VHS or Beta. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
Astros will be back home again after a 6-game trip into Atlanta and then to San Francisco. And then the final weekend of the regular season. We'll be back with you on HSE against the Atlanta Braves. And the first of that weekend game, which will be on October the 3rd. Friday night, join us at 7:30 for that one.
Well, the Astros and the Giants going at it here in the Dome, and Juan Berenguer will be heading into his 4th inning of work. He has been a reliever. As we told you earlier, this will be the 43rd game he's appeared in. He's come out of the bullpen 42 times. So he hasn't had a lot of starting assignments, and I believe probably Roger Craig now will be keeping a close eye on Berenguer and have that bullpen ready to go. The Astros have had a lot of runners on base. They have stranded 6 in the first 3 innings, and Alan Ashby will lead it off for Houston in the bottom of the 4th inning. Almost a capacity crowd on this Thursday afternoon as the Astros go for the clincher in the National League West. Right field, not very deep. Chili Davis for out number 1. So Ashby picks on the first pitch. He flies out, and the hitter will be Craig Reynolds. Reynolds this year has had 6 game-winning RBIs, and although he's not hitting that high for average at .244, he has been a very valuable hitter for the Astros in the clutch. And as Gene told you a little earlier, he's battling a slump right now. Another valuable place for Reynolds this year is in that pinch hitting department. He has really been great off the bench. 9 for 21 as a pinch hitter this year. Kyle Lanier basically has 4 starters on the left side of the infield. Reynolds and Thon at shortstop, and the Walgar combination at third. Garner and Walling. And he doesn't hesitate when he starts one and they change arms out of the bullpen. He'll go with the other 2. Really strengthens his bench. That one's hit pretty good to right field, but Davis has a bead on it for out number 2. So the first 4 pitches by Juan Berenguer, and the Astros have flied out to right field, and Mike Scott will be the hitter. So it's been a quiet 4th inning. The Giants had a little threat going in the first. Scott was able to pitch his way out of that. And since that time, the Giants' bats have been very quiet, but the Astros have had a little rally going in every inning. Haven't been able to score yet, however, and it's still 0-0. Scotty with RBIs on the year. Hits one back up the middle, a base hit. That's the 12th base hit of the year for Mike Scott. You know, under similar circumstances, Gene, I think in Cincinnati earlier this year, he started a rally himself.
He had a big hit the other night in his last start, I think, too, didn't he, Bill? Let me check real quick on that. Yeah, he had a single in the second inning and a 3-run inning against the San Diego Padres.
Well, a lot of things happen in baseball with 2 outs. Will Clark will make a little brief trip in to talk to Berenguer. Scott, of course, no threat to be running anywhere. And Hatcher will be the hitter. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. 6 hits given up now by Juan Berenguer. That time Berenguer got that baseball to break back in on the outside corner of the plate. He got the strike call from Bob Engel. If some of you are just joining us or joining us late, Cincinnati defeated Atlanta earlier today 6-4. So it's all up to the Astros now. A win and they can clinch it in the West. Hatcher with a foul tip. Been a busy day so far for Billy. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. He stole second base, and he was caught stealing trying to go to 3rd. And he grounded out in the 2nd. Billy Doran on deck. Mike Scott on first base. Hatcher trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th for Houston. The book on Hatcher is that he doesn't walk very much. He's become a little more patient now that they've got him in the leadoff position, but he's still primarily a first ball hitter, so that when you get ahead of him 0-2, the catchers will like to call a lot of pitches away from the plate, see if they can get him to go for something bad. 1-2 pitch by Berenguer down in the dirt. It gets away from him. Going to be a wild pitch, and Scott will get up to second base. Let's watch it again. It never came up.
Nope.
For young Phil Willett.
What a 95-mile-an-hour wild pitch, and that went by him before he could get a glove on it.
So the Astros have another runner at second base in scoring position. That makes it 4 innings in a row that the Astros have gotten a runner that far. And now it's up to Hatcher. The count, as you see, 2-2. Berenguer was not ready. A super crowd on this Thursday afternoon in Houston. Trying to cheer the Astros on to one more here to clinch it in the West. 2-2 pitch now by Juan Berenguer outside. Ball 3.
Talking about the book on Hatcher early in the year, it was, like you said, and he's made great progress. If you want to get him out, don't throw him a strike.
That's right.
But, boy, he's really come along. Really disciplined himself.
I think, Gene, a lot of that, too, has to do with the fact that he's getting so much playing time now. He didn't have that at the major league level with the Cubs. 3-2 pitch now. Scott on second. And it's popped up. Uribe calling everyone off. And he's got it. So a single by Mike Scott does not materialize. Berenguer gets the Astros up and down after the single. And we have played through 4 now at the Astrodome. Still no score. The Giants and the Astros on HSE.
All the Priscillas and me love the luxury of Gordon's Jewelers 18-karat gold and diamond jewelry. The sophisticated me, with a diamond and ruby ring. The casual me, with a diamond pendant and matching earrings. The elegant me, and a glittering ring set entirely with diamonds. Gordon's Golden Treasure Collection is a fantastic selection of 18-karat gold and diamond jewelry. For all my adventures, and for every one of yours, Gordon's Jewelers, where love is in the air.
Welcome to Budget Rent-A-Car.
Reservations for Lewis, Guy V. Lewis.
All set to go. But first, check out our Houston Proud package. Here's our weekend special. From noon Thursday until Monday, only $17.99 per day on economy links. And savings just as big on all our 1987s. They're loaded.
Now that's a deal to be proud of.
Oh, and Coach, you might be glad to get this back. We found it in the town car you rented last time.
Well, thanks.
This telecast is authorized under rights granted by the Houston National League Baseball Club and is intended solely for the non-commercial use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of Home Sports Entertainment and the Houston Astros is prohibited. Announcers for this telecast are selected and employed by Home Sports Entertainment with the approval of the Houston Astros. In Chicago, the New York Mets have defeated the Cubs 6-5. The Mets have just won their 100th game of the year. Second time in their history that they have done that. They did it in 1969 when they finished with a 162 record. And that final again was New York 6 and the Chicago Cubs 5.
Mike Scott has thrown 4 innings now. He has 4 strikeouts, given up a couple of bases on balls, and he's hit a batter. Otherwise, he's been perfect. Trying to keep the Astros in it. You know, there were so many times in the first month or 2 of the season when Mike Scott pitched brilliantly, and the Astros couldn't get him any runs. And now when you see him in the race for the Cy Young Award, you wish he could have gotten 2 or 3 of those, because he would have his 20 wins already and would be a shoo-in for the award. His ERA, of course, #1. He's leading in strikeouts. If he could get up to 19 wins, possibly 20 this season, I think he would deserve the award. But as we have pointed out before, Fernando Valenzuela gets a lot of that publicity, and he's going to be tough to beat. Plus, he's had a good season.
Yeah, he's done a real good job for that Dodger ball club. They have not won that many games, and he has a lot of things on his side, so does Mike.
So it'll be a tough vote. 0-2 pitch. Scott way ahead on the count. Brindley won't bite, and it's 1-2. Brindley with good power this year. 16 homers, 60 RBIs. Good pitch. The split finger, call 3rd strike. And that's 5 strikeouts for Mike Scott.
That's his first looking strikeout today. That was a beauty, huh?
And boy, we've got us some new Ks up now. They spent some time on those. Phil Willett, the hitter. Willett was signed as a free agent by the Giants back in 1981. He did not go in the draft.
Looks like a mini Mike Lavalier, doesn't he?
Looked like Quebec in the face, didn't he?
He does.
One and one the count. Last night we saw the youngster Melvin catching, and he's hit well against Houston this year, so I'm sure that's why Roger Craig had him in the lineup. Well, Davis strays way off first base. That means Scott has to cover, and he does, so everything worked out fine. Davis is over there in that Hernandez territory.
You have to be alert pitching with Glenn, because he does get stray off that bag a little bit too much on occasion. Easy play here for Doran, but Scott right on the ball. You can see him make a move quickly on it.
Well, that's something you have to do on reaction, and Glenn's is to go for the baseball.
Well, you can't criticize his first basing.
No, he has had an excellent year with a glove, really has. Jose Uribe.
He first came up they shot him at first base. He played outfield originally. Around first base, he was miserable. Boy, he really has come along in all categories. Amazing turnaround for a youngster who had, when you first saw him, some maybe raw talent, but very raw.
His confidence is just zoomed. You're right. Well, the pitching for Houston has been phenomenal the last couple of days. A 2-hitter by Deshays to beat the Dodgers a couple of nights ago. A 1-hitter by Ryan. There was a 2-hitter pitch by the staff last night. And Mike Scott cruising along here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs. Jose Uribe, the original player to be named later. And he was. field. Boy, Bass had him played perfectly. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Mike Scott. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And the Astros and the Giants still playing to a couple of goose eggs here on HSE.
Strength, pride, tradition. For centuries, the Clydesdale has been known as a special breed. Today, the Clydesdales symbolize Budweiser's dedication to quality, superior ingredients, exclusive beechwood aging, and a distinctively clean, crisp taste that only Budweiser can offer. Quality taste. Because this Bud's for you.
Need a used car? Why buy? Why not give Mobile Lease a try? A pre-leased car from Mobile Lease costs less down and less each month. Mobile Lease has 2 pre-leased locations.
Over 50 Carlsons were at last year's reunion, 3 of them with heart defects that a few years ago could have been fatal. But thanks to research like that sponsored by the American Heart Association, there are more Carlsons to keep up with. The American Heart Association, we're fighting for your life.
I hope they never stop fighting.
This was one beautiful car until the brakes failed. At Bill Blankenship, our brake work is guaranteed for life.
HSE joins the Freedom Football Network to bring you live college football Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, Colorado State at the Air Force Academy. And then Southwest Conference football, if that's your cup of tea, we've got it for you too Saturday night at 10:30 as the Texas Aggies play host to the Golden Eagles of Southern Mississippi. Aggies trying to win their second game of the season, but look out for Southern Miss. They put a 28-24 upset on Mississippi State last week. Good football club. Is Juan Berenguer an upset of sorts as he heads into the 5th inning with a shutout? The Astros and the Giants with no score. Doran to lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Billy took a called 3rd strike in the 1st and then singled back in the 3rd. There you see his stats from both sides of the plate. Came into the game hitting at .277. What a great year Billy Doran is having. 90 runs scored, 79 walks, 41 stolen bases. And when you put that together, those are all tangible, but I think it's the intangible things that make Doran so valuable to this ball club. A real bulldog, a fighter all the way.
You know, I like to equate Billy with, and since we're talking about, or have been talking about the 1980 club, to a certain extent equate him with Joe Morgan, who was the second baseman that year, and he was a basic leader on the field if there was one. And Billy fits into that mold.
One second baseman to another for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. And that's a pretty good little player right there, Robbie Thompson.
You know, and he got off to such a bad start this year. First time around we saw him, and he wasn't doing anything right. He's having a little bit of trouble in the field, not hitting at all, but really made himself a good ball player.
Denny Walling, the hitter now for the Astros. Walling singled in the 1st inning, then grounded into a double play in the 3rd. Got some of that one back deep. Take a look. It's gone. Home run. Denny Walling. And the Astros lead it 1-0 on Pennant Clincher Day. Look at that Astro dugout. They want him to come back out. There he is. Denny Walling with his 13th homer of the year, and the Astros get on the board 1-0. Berenguer has been flirting with trouble since the first inning, and that time Walling got all of it. You know, Gene, it fooled me a little at first. He got it up so high, it looked like it might hang up there, but he really put a shot on it.
You know, Denny with a chance to play last year and this year, 12 home runs, 13 home runs for him now. Of course, this is his major league high by quite a margin. He had 7 last year. Yeah, you're right. That one looked like it might be marginal.
You know, and then I looked at Chili Davis, and he quit running. And that was the...
You can learn a lot from your outfielder.
That's right. He had given up the hunt before he got to the warning track. Davis hit one out of the strike zone, swung at it at least, and fouled it back. So the Giant bullpen gets back up. That's young Mark Davis, number 13, the left-hander. He's been seeing a lot of action for the Giants. Brenly makes the play. So Doran opens the inning with a ground out to second. Davis has a ground out to third, and sandwiched in between a big home run by Denny Walling, who's having just a super season. 13 homers, that's his career high. 57 runs batted in, 22 doubles and a triple. And those are only part-time stats. I had figured it up last night. Between Garner and Walling now, they're hitting right at about 288. 22 homers and 97 runs batted in. Pretty good third base combination. They have really produced this year. Kevin Bass having another great year.
You know, something happens like Walling hitting a home run in a crucial ball game, and then you look at Davis, you look at Dorn and Bass. And a belated start by Cruz. Talk about MVPs in a ball club. I tell you, it's pretty tough to pick one on this team.
It'd be a tough vote. That's right. One ball, 2 strikes on Kevin Bass. The Astros have struck here in the bottom of the 5th inning, lead it 1-0. Trying to get number 18 for Mike Scott and the clincher for the Astros. He almost went around. He held back. And it's 3-1. Here's Steve Ripley. Gave the palms down sign. These Astro fans want some more. Three-1 pitch. And he walked him. And as you can tell by the crowd, it's time for Jose Cruz to take his cuts. Phil Willett talking it over with Juan Berenguer, and Roger Craig now checking the lineup card, because this was about the inning they figured they'd really have to keep a close eye on Berenguer. Being a reliever and not used to starting very much, they have possibly got as much out of Berenguer as they can get. Kevin Bass has 20 stolen bases. Cruz wanted to really unload on that one, and it was a high fastball inside, and he had to get out of the way. Watch this helmet jerk off his head. Watch this. Wise decision by Jose to get out of the way. 1 ball, no strikes. Off first. Nice move by Berenguer, and Bass has to get back in. Kevin on that 20 homer, 20 stolen base group. Talk about seasons. 20 homers, 76 runs batted in, 178 hits for Kevin Bass. They had a pitch out going, thought the Astros might be trying to steal a base. And the count goes to 2-0 on Jose Cruz. Well, in so many other years, let's take a look at Hal Lanier. That's Gene Tennis on the right. Outside corner for a strike. For so many years, Jose Cruz carried this ball club offensively. And then there were some worries because at the start of the season, of course, with that hurt knee, he didn't get off to a very quick start, but I think the other young Astros came to the front. There goes Bass. Throw down. They didn't get him. He got in there. Boy, the ball arrived at about the same time, and I had to wait for that signal from Dave Pallone. Stolen base number 21 for Kevin Bass.
Real good play here by Willett. He gets rid of it in a hurry. Good arm, good strong, right on the button.
Just got in the outside.
Just got that foot in.
Good slide by Kevin Bass.
21 for Kevin.
Now they're going to walk Cruz. With first base open and 2 outs, and I don't blame him. It's an intentional walk. First one by Berenguer, and the 4th base on balls. So the runners on first and second now for Alan Ashby. Hit into right field. Base hit. Here comes Bass. It's going to be a close play at the plate. They got him. Good play by Chili Davis in right field. He trapped the ball, came up throwing, and Kevin Bass was out by about 3 feet. What a play by Chili Davis. But the Astros get a run on this home run by Denny Walling. And we played through 5 at the Dome. Astros leading it 1-0.
Champion Ford, West Houston's new Ford dealer, presents the mystery car. It's out there, somewhere on the lot at Champion Ford. And if you buy it, Champion Ford will refund your entire cost. That's right. If you purchase the mystery car at Champion Ford, then it's yours, absolutely free. A new 1986 Ford, whose identity is known only to a local CPA firm, is waiting for you. So buy your next car or truck from Champion Ford and drive away a winner. Champion Ford, Highway 6 at Beach Nut.
Astro fans, for a limited time, you can order your own complete copy of the Houston Astros San Francisco Giants game that clinched the Western Division. To order your 2-volume home video cassette of Great Scott, the Astros Win the West, call 799-9555 or write HSA Video, Post Office Box 288, Houston, Texas 77001. The price is only $39.95 plus $4 handling. Check, money order, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Please specify VHS or Beta. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
This was one beautiful car until the brakes failed. At Bill Blankenship, our brake work is guaranteed for life.
The Astros with a home run by Denny Walling. Lead going into the top of the 6th inning, 1-0. Mike Scott's got a great game going. Watch this single by Alan Ashby. Chili Davis traps it, but he comes up throwing. And he bobbled it just a little bit. Everybody might have scored. It might have gotten through him. Bass coming all the way, and Phil Willett was waiting for him at home plate. Great play by Chili Davis. And Kevin Bass is a dead duck. Well, you had no choice with 2 outs. You had to be running. We'll have a pinch hitter now. Rick Lancelotti will pinch hit for the Giants. Lancelotti for Berenguer, so that's the last we'll see of him and of Berenguer. And he pitched through 5 innings, giving up only the 1 run, so he did a good job. Lancelotti pinch hitting here to start off the 6th inning. And he takes a strike from Mike Scott. Lancelotti, one of the good pinch hitters on this Giants team. The Giants pinch hitters lead the majors in hits with 68. They have 9 homers and 55 RBIs. Lancelotti, Will Clark have been in that group, along, of course, with Candy Maldonado. So Roger Craig has gotten a lot of production from his pinch hitters this year. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dan Gladden is on deck for the Giants. One and 2 pitch. Mike Scott down low, and the count is even at 2-2. Got him on a good high fastball. So Lancelotti, another strikeout victim for Mike Scott. That's 6 in the game. Scott had given him that split finger, you'll remember, the first couple of strikes. Lancelotti may have been looking for it again, and this time he got pure heat right up around the letters, and he couldn't come up with it. 6 strikeouts now for Mike Scott, and the hitter is Dan Gladden. Playing in at third base, you've got to be on your toes. This guy hits one in the infield anywhere. He's a good bet to beat it out. He's got excellent speed. Good-looking young center fielder. But right now, Scott's ahead of him 0-2. Ashby sets up on the outside corner, and Scott burned him inside. Well, he didn't get the location exactly right, but the horsepower was about 95 miles per hour. Strikeout number 7 for Mike Scott. And the hitter is Rob Thompson. Oh, there's the split finger. So far this season, Mike Scott has struck out the side 23 times. He has 2, the first 2 hitters here in the top of the 6th. Oh, outside corner, perfect location. You saw Ashby set up the glove. Scott hit him right there. So he's way ahead of Robbie Thompson now. No balls and 2 strikes. Listen to the crowd. They're in on it now. They know what's going on. He got him. Strike 3 for the 24th time this season. Mike Scott has struck out the side. What a game Mike Scott is throwing on Clincher Day. And listen to the crowd. They love it in the dome. We have played through 6 1/2, and the Astros lead it 1-0.
When your car knocks driving uphill, does everybody pass you?
Everybody's passing.
I'm well aware of that fact, Eunice.
Oh, it's only a comment, Walter.
And I took note of the comment, Eunice.
Try Texaco Super Unleaded. Its higher octane helps knock out the knocks that can rob power, while the detergent in its Petrox additive helps clean clogged fuel injectors.
Isn't that Werner Lutz? We went to high school together.
By golly, you're right. I thought Werner was dead.
Texaco Super Unleaded. Superstar power for more car power.
The beauty of patience is its gentle persistence, but the power of patience is anything but passive. For proof, we introduced the new generation of Mitsubishi pickups. This new Mitsubishi is more than just a new truck. Patient crafting has combined a vigorous new shape with the available power of the largest inline 4-cylinder built, which proves that even patience likes to kick up a little dust. Mitsubishi.
Barry's camera and video brings value into focus for you. There's no sale like a Barry's sale. And Barry's Labor Day sale event continues this week with super camera bargains like the Nikon N2000 35mm SLR camera with built-in motor drive, just $249.95. Or just aim and shoot with the Ricoh AF40 autofocus 35mm camera, just $119.95. For camera and video bargains, the focus is on Barry's camera and video with 4 convenient Metroplex locations.
Well, the crowd really buzzing now. There you see the next 20 Vision Sports coming your way tomorrow night in Atlanta. The Astros and the Atlanta Braves at 6:30, as you can follow the Astros on their road trip to Atlanta and San Francisco on 20 Vision. Mark Davis, new pitcher now, and Dickie Thon, a new player, as he's inserted in for Reynolds, hits it down the line. Thompson hits it. Foul ball. Well, Rob Thompson had to make a long run for it. He got there and then couldn't make the play. No way Will Clark can make the play. It's Thompson's all the way, Gene.
Now, Thompson called him off. I think Davis was stalking it, and as it turned out, he probably had a better shot at it. They evidently have called it a no play.
Mark Davis is the new pitcher now with a 4-7 record. This will be his 65th game for the Giants. 78 innings pitched with that .312 ERA.
Thon with 5 pinch hits this year and 18 trips.
Davis with excellent stuff. He struck out 81 batters in 78 innings this season. He has really come on to do the job for the Giants. Roger Craig trying to keep it close. Don lays off, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Davis, a big strikeout pitcher all during his career, and he was used as a starter a little bit in the early part of the season by Craig, but he quickly took him out of that role and put him back in the bullpen, where he obviously is more valuable.
And he struck him out.
Davis has 82 strikeouts now in this is 78th inning of pitching.
And listen to the hand for Mike Scott. Scotty with a hit his last time up in the 4th inning, and he had a good rip on that Davis fastball for strike 1. Right down the middle, strike 2. Davis coming right after him. The Astros lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, going for the clincher today. The Western Division Championship. Cincinnati won earlier, defeating Atlanta 6-4, so the Astros can hold on here. It's all theirs. Good curveball by Davis. But the crowd doesn't care. They and Mike Scott have bigger things on their mind right now than to worry about his hitting. As Billy Hatcher will step in. Hatcher's been on base once today in 3 trips. He was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Hal Lanier, everyone's choice, I'm sure, this year for Manager of the Year. What a job he has done. Lanier, of course, had all those exciting pennant clinchers with the St. Louis Cardinals. He had a couple under Whitey Herzog. And he had a couple as a player under the Giants, or with the Giants organization. To left field. Maldonado settles under it, and it's an easy inning for Mark Davis. We've played through 6 at the Dome. The Astros giving the crowd here a lot of drama on pennant clinching day, leading it 1-0.
This one's for you, you're trying.
Budweiser salutes all the men and women in uniform who proudly serve this great country.
This Bud's for you. The Confederate Air Force proudly presents its second annual Wings Over Houston at Ellington Field, September 27th and 28th. Last year, over 70,000 were thrilled by authentic World War II aircraft and reenactments of the battles of Britain, Pearl Harbor, and other air battles. You will also enjoy civilian aerobatic routines flying by modern military aircraft and the Silver Bullet mini jet. Don't miss Wings Over Houston, destined to be America's biggest air show, September 27th and 28th at Ellington Field. $7 adults, $3 children at all Ticketron locations or at the gate.
If other dealers offer better deals, why does Tom Gray Nissan sell more Nissans than any dealer in Texas?
It just might be the personal attention you get at Tom Gray Nissan.
Well, this stadium almost full to capacity to watch the Astros try to clinch the Western Division title, and look at the drama that man has unfolded for the fans so far today. Mike Scott heading into his 7th inning of work against the Giants, nursing a 1-0 lead. And here to bring us down the stretch is Gene Elston.
Okay, Bill, and Will Clark, the first baseman, will lead it off. It'll be Candy Maldonado and then Chili Davis. Clark's bounced out both times he's been up today. And Scott gets a strike on him to get it underway. Clark thrown out by Alan Ashby in the first inning, and then Bill Doran turned the trick on him in the 4th. Nobody out, nobody on base, top of 7.
Gene, his split finger is so effective today that he's gone almost exclusively to just spotting his fastball in different locations. Let's see what he does with Clark here.
Struck him out. That's 4 in a row for Scott. He got the side on, incidentally, he struck out the side of the 6th on 11 pitches. And striking out 3 batters in an inning on 9 has been done a few times, but it is a rarity. But he has 4 in a row now on that one. That's 9 strikeouts for Scott.
Well, they're going to ask for it.
All right.
And Bob Engel throws it right back out.
That's 16 batters in a row retired by Scott. This is the 3rd time this year that he has struck out 16 consecutive hitters.
Now look at Roger Craig. He just called his pitching coach over and he says, study him. Where is he getting it?
That's Norm Sherry.
Yep, Norm saying, I don't know. You taught him to pitch. Don't look at me.
Maldonado has popped out and struck out. And 2 strikes. Kind of scary, Bill, that at this stage last night, we were in the same situation. 6 1/3 innings, no hits by the Giants, by Nolan Ryan. Strikeouts were exactly the same at 9. Astros leader 1-0. That's 10.
Maldonado can't believe it. Look at the crowd. They're loving every minute of it.
Scott has 17 straight now. This is the 11th time this year that Scott... Hey, where am I going to put that K?
Whoops. Well,
that's the 11th time this year that Scott has struck out 10 or more batters. 11th time. That'll do it. No hitter going here for Mike Scott. Through 7, and this is the deepest that any Houston pitcher's gone this year without giving up a base hit. We go to bottom of 7, the Astrodome. Score is 1-0 Houston here on HSE.
Watch out. It's coming. You're about to get hit with another big cooling bill.
Afraid of high cooling bills? Dave Lennox has a power saver air conditioner that can cut those bills almost in half.
Attaboy, Dave.
For a free estimate on an efficient Lennox system, call Jeff Gabbard or Rogers Johnson at L&M Thermal.
We've served Pasadena for 30 years.
Meet my friend Paul Blaha of Climate.
We've been serving the Angleton area for 30 years.
Give Paul a call when you need the services of an expert.
We got the biggest fella that we could find to help prove a point. The Whataburger is one big burger. Like the water chicken, it weighs in at more than half a pound. When you got something that tastes as great as a Whataburger, there better be plenty of it. Well, was that big enough for you?
Yep, but my big brother could probably eat two.
It's the great big taste you're hungry for.
Tickets for games 1 and 2 of the 86 Championship Series go on sale to the general public at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday at the Astrodome ticket office. Tickets will be available at the West Gate only. Box seats will cost $25, reserve seats $20, pavilion $15, and the ticket office will accept cash only for the tickets, and customers will be limited to a total of 4 tickets per purchase. That'll be on Saturday morning, games 1 and 2 of the LCS. Fouled away by Doran as we open the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 Houston. Doran with a single in the 3rd. He has struck out and bounced out. And he's looking at Mark Davis for the first time today. And it's 1-1. Home run by Walling with 1 out in the 5th inning, and Davis came on to take over for Berenguer after he was lifted for the pinch hitter, and Davis got the Astros out for the first time today in order in the last inning. Now he's 2-1 on Doran. Walling will be next. Nobody out. Ball 2, strike 1. Foul ball, no play. Two balls, 2 strikes on Doran. Little check and a foul ball into the seats up off the right side. Reds beat Atlanta 6-4, so everything is in the hands of the Astros here late in the afternoon on September the 25th as they try to wrap it up. And Doran up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more runs now. You'd sure like to give Scott a little breathing room, and this is a good way to start it off. Pretty good curveball by Davis. He got it up, however, just enough where the Doran had time to react.
Second hit for Doran, and he leads off the inning with it. 4th time in 7 innings. The Astros have put that lead man on. They've had a lot of base runners, but have had a problem scoring. The only one, Walling hit it out. Now here's Walling again. Strike. Walling had a first inning base hit, then hit into a double play in the 3rd. That 13th home run of the year over the right center field fence. They give the Astros their current 1-0 lead. Giant bullpen's going to get up again. Little check by Walling, and it's 1-1. Looks like Jeff Robinson is going to start loosening. Third base umpire today, Steve Ripley, asked for the appeal on that one. There's the runner, Doran, lead base hit, 7th inning. 1-1 on Denny Walling. Good breaking pitch. Boy, he's a dazzler. He struck out over almost 11 batters per 9 innings last year on the average. He was second only to Lee Smith in that category, but that's his weapon. There's Robinson back throwing again for the 2nd time.
And you have to remember, Walling doesn't see many left-handers, and then to see one like this, ooh, what a curveball. He breaks it up around the back of your ear. By the time you get out of there, the ball's over the plate.
1-2 pitch to Walling. Shortstop, Uribe will get just the one on that one. So Walling stays alive at first as Doran is forced Uribe shortstop to Robbie Thompson at second base, 1 down.
Well, boy, what a spot here for Glenn Davis to get number 31.
Astros lead it 1-0. Davis has had 1 hit today, a solid line single to left in the 1st inning, and then walk.
He bounced to third his last time. And a strike for Mark Davis. One out, runner first. Walling. Two quick strikes on Davis.
The thing that makes Davis, Mark Davis, so tough is that his ball breaks so quickly.
He uses the split finger.
Who doesn't?
Especially on this staff. Jammed him, foul ball, back off the net.
Really doing a good job of pitching, Mark Davis is to Glenn Davis. He's pitched him out, pitched him down with a curveball, and then came back in on the hand. So they're working him from the outside in. You might see that big breaking curveball down low again because Glenn Davis has a tendency to go down there for those sometimes.
That's his best pitch. He has one of the better curveballs in the league. 0-2. Oh, the count holds up at 0-2. Walling with a force at second after a base hit by Doran up the middle to open the bottom of the seventh. Astros lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Wow.
Good to see the smiles there.
Nice catch, Mom.
Hey, the ladies are big today, huh?
Yeah. Well, what a grab. She really had no choice. So it's a good thing I put that hairspray on today.
Still two strikes on Davis. Davis working against each other. Walling at first, one out. Ooh. That was close. Pretty close pitch to take there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It really was. He was trying to put it in that back door. He almost got there.
Kevin Bass will be up next. There's the run today. Walling's home run back in the 5th. He's on again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glenn Davis. Single by Doran and a force at second. Well, Doran asks Engel for time. Oh, he's keeping him busy down that third base side.
He's really having a good at bats. What Glenn Davis is doing now is stringing out the odds in his favor. It was 0-2. He's fouled off enough pitches now to where if Mark Davis makes a mistake, Glenn Davis is there to capitalize on it. The more times you can foul a pitcher off, he may make a mistake. Howard Davis, I'd come back with something breaking down low again. I wouldn't throw him anything good.
Here comes Roger Craig.
I think Roger wants this game very bad.
Oh, boy. He came in here wanting both of them real badly.
He's doing some coaching today. Well, you know, ever since he left that Detroit staff, they've had some problems, haven't they?
Yeah, he's a great pitching coach. He was a good one here. Responsible for getting Joe Niekro on this ball club back in '75. Well, whatever he told him. He didn't tell him to throw a wild pitch, man.
There's a fork ball gone awry there.
I've seen some pitches wilder before, but this is right up among them.
Boy. Kevin Bass had to move back. He was in the on-deck circle.
I think Kevin should have taken a swing at that one. 2-2 now.
Now they're going to walk him. You know, Davis had such a good at-bats, Gene. He's forced them to throw him an intentional base on balls because they just don't want to fool with him. He's swinging the bat too good right now.
Norm Sherry, pitching coach, along with Roger. Well, there's only one out, a couple of men on here. Single by Doran and a intentional walk to Davis. Second intentional walk by the Giants staff today.
What does that do for Kevin Bass when they walk Davis to get to him with one out?
Kevin walked in the 5th inning. Prior to that, he singled in flight out. 1-0. Astros lead it. 2 on, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And right straight back upstairs, strike one. Bass hitting at .313. 9 Houston hits. The Giants have not had a hit today. Mark Davis working behind Juan Berenguer. Single walk in the inning. 1-1. Walling at second. Glenn Davis first base. 1-1 on Kevin Bass.
Good pitch.
It's tough.
Davis has the ability to keep you off balance because not only does he have tremendous stuff on his fastball and his hard curve and the split finger, but he can throw those pitches off speed just as well. So you've really got to look for a lot of different combinations up there.
1-2 on Bass. Got him. That's a third strikeout for Davis. He struck out the first 2 batters he faced in the 6th. Now the Astros 2 outs, and Jose Cruz will face Mark Davis.
Boy, you want to see a curveball fall off the table, folks. Look at this. Almost impossible to hit.
Still 1-0 Astros. Walling second, Davis first. Cruz 2 walks today, and a base hit into right field. Overrun by Chili Davis, but there will be no error on the play, and the Astros lead it 2-0.
Jose Cruz, a great hitter, even though he's left-handed, even though it's a left-handed pitcher who has a good curveball. Mark Davis made a mistake. He hung it up just a little bit. Watch on the replay. Watch it hang up there just enough for Jose to double clutch. Boom, boom. He knew it immediately, Mark Davis did. He needed to get that ball down a little lower.
Walling scores. Davis at this point on his way to third, so no misplay on it. Straight single RBI all the way, and the Astros lead it 2-0. 69 runs batted in for Cheo. Alan Ashby 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and a fly ball to right field.
Rid of that celebrating paper.
Well, it started on Doran's base hit. Walling forced him at second. Davis with that good at bat against Mark Davis with the intentional walk, and Cruz with the base hit over Robbie Thompson's head into right field. Runners on first and third. Way up on Ashby of all.
Mark Davis is humping his back and throwing as hard as he can throw right now.
There's the stat board. 10 Houston hits. Brentley will go to second. Rob Thompson gets the force on Cruz to retire the side, but the Astros pick up their first run in the 5th on Walling's homer. They've tacked on another one here in the bottom of the 7th. And here on Home Sports Entertainment, our ball game will go into the 8th. The Astros now lead it 2-0.
There's a lot of talk on TV about cars with clogged fuel injectors. Chances are you'll never have the problem if you use Texaco. Because the detergent in its Petrox additive helps clean clogged injectors and keeps them clean. While the higher octane and super unleaded helps knock out the knocks. Look, 2 different gasolines. On regular unleaded, engine knocks rob my power. But on Texaco Super Unleaded, I get performance fast. Texaco Super Unleaded with Petrox detergent. Superstar power for more car power.
Sometimes when you rent a car in one place and return it to another, you can be taken for quite a ride. Those one-way costs can get pretty steep. And the drop-off charges can be really upsetting. But you can walk away from all that right into National and rent one way for just $10 a day over our regular low daily rates, including 100 miles a day. So relax. National Car Rental is the one way to go when you're going one way.
Travel arrangements made through Eastern, the airline with more flights to more of Florida. This year, fly with Eastern to a memorable vacation. At Eastern, we earn our wings every day.
HSE would like to salute some of the restaurants and pubs around the Houston area who carry the Houston Astros. Dan and Nick's supermarket, or sports market, I should say. Maybe a supermarket in about 30 minutes. Dirty's, Barry's Pizza, Northwest Bowling Lanes. Jim Foley's holding court over at the Dark Horse right about now. The Pandic in Houston and West 40 Lounge on Avenue F in Bay City. We hope you're enjoying the game on Home Sports Entertainment, and what a dandy it is.
Well, this is the 8th inning, and there's the story. Bob Brentley will lead it off against Mike Scott. Phil Willett will follow. And a strike. Scott has struck out 5 of the last 6 men to face him. He has 10. Brentley has struck out twice, swinging and looking today.
You don't have to tell the fans what's going on. They're sitting on the edge of their seats, and they're applauding every strike by Mike Scott.
Scott has not given up a hit. He has hit Gladden with a pitch to open the ball game and then walked Davis to open the second. He has retired 19 in a row. 19 straight batters. This is the first time this year that anyone on this club has done it. Bob Nepper has the season's high of 17 in a row against San Diego back in August, and now Scott has just reached 19, and that is his 11th strikeout.
And he's doing it against the man who taught him the split finger.
Here's the catcher, Phil Willett. Struck out and grounded out. Foul ball, strike 1. Seven and a third hitless innings for Mike Scott. Jose Uribe will bat next. Astros 2 and San Francisco nothing here in the 8th inning. 1-1. Talking about Scott and his strikeouts, he has 11 now. 11 times this year he has struck out 10 or more batters. The club record is 14, and J.R. Richard did that in back-to-back years, 78 and 79. That is 14 times striking out 10 or more batters in a season. 2-1.
One thing Mike Scott's been able to guard against since the 2nd inning, he hasn't fallen behind on a lot of hitters, so he's been able to throw his pitch.
2-1. 1 out, nobody on base. Ball 3, strike 1. 32,808 paid today. 32,808. 35,152 total crowd. Ball 3 and strike 1 on this rookie catcher with 1 out. Brenly opened the inning with a strikeout. Uribe will be next. 3-2.
Willette's saying, where did the bottom of that ball go to? I think Mike took a little off of it.
Yeah, that shot that we talked about earlier when he struck out back in the second inning, he was got that freeze frame, and you're looking right out at Scott to basically ask the same question. Well, he's 3-2 on it. He lost him. Now is the third base runner for San Francisco. 2 walks and a hit batter. Willette takes a 1-out walk here in the 8th, and that stops Mike String at 19 in a row. Jose Uribe is not going to bat. And it will be,
well, Aldrete and Spillman, and I think it's going to be Spillman.
Well, it'll be both of them, evidently, because the pitcher's due up next. Davis is due to follow Uribe.
Well, they're throwing 2 pretty good hitters that Mike's got right now. Harry Spillman has had 1 excellent season for the Giants. And, of course, many of you, if you're familiar with the name, know that he wore an Astro uniform for several seasons here in Houston.
So Scott now has struck out a batter and walked 1 here in the 8th inning. The Astros lead it 2-0.
Harry Spillman, a dangerous hitter in this situation. He has pinch hit 29 times this year with 12 hits and 8 runs batted in. Good hitter.
That's a 414 pinch hit average. Willette is the runner at first base. And a strike. Spillman released by the Astros last year, signed on with the Detroit Tigers minor league system, went to Detroit, was released by the Tigers, and then signed by San Francisco, all in 1 year. Doran will get 1 there, and that's all. Nice play by Billy. Had to react very quickly on that. A very sharply hit ball by Spillman.
Spillman doesn't run real well. Billy did very well to get to it. The ball was to his left. Now, if he makes a good throw to Thon, there's a lot of ball showing in his glove, too, but he keeps his foot on the bag. Dickey might have been able to double him up. But as it is, he still gets the lead out, and we'll have another pinch hitter, Mike Aldrete. And he broke up the no-hitter for Nolan Ryan last night.
2 outs, runner on first base, 2-0 Astros in the 8th inning. The Montreal Expos with Floyd Yeomans pitching earlier this year. Yeomans gave up 1 hit in that ball game to the Giants, and Aldrete got that one. Now we'll have a runner at first base.
So this is the guy who specializes in this, huh?
Luis Quinones will run at first, and we'll see what Aldrete does here. That was not a 1-hitter last night, but he picked up the first hit off of Ryan. Spillman is out. Spillman off of knee surgery last year. Quinones is the runner. 1 ball and no strikes on Mike Aldrete. 1-1. Aldrete is hitting .254. He's a rookie. He's 4 for 14 coming off the bench with 3 RBIs. 2 homers, 21 RBIs for the year. Scott has 2 outs with a runner on first base. Astros 2-0, 8th. Two and 1.
Well, Mike being real careful right now. So far, he has thrown 92 pitches in the game.
Pretty good shape. Big lead by Quinones off first base. Fly ball to left center field. Billy Hatcher. And Scott still has the no-hitter going. He has it going through 8 innings.
Oh, boy, what drama, Gene.
I don't know how you figure this ball club. I really don't know how you figure this club. They do something great one day, and they come back to top it the next. Well, not over yet, but it's getting pretty close. We go to the bottom of the 8th here on Home Sports Entertainment. Mike Scott with a no-hitter. He has 11 strikeouts, and the Astros lead it 2-0.
Bud Thunder. It's revved up and coming at you.
The beauty of patience is its gentle persistence, but the power of patience is anything but passive. For proof, we introduced the new generation of Mitsubishi pickups. This new Mitsubishi is more than just a new truck. Patient crafting has combined a vigorous new shape with the available power of the largest inline 4-cylinder built, which proves that even patience likes to kick up a little dust. Mitsubishi.
Astros leading the Giants 2-0. Just 3 outs away, Mike Scott is from clinching the National League West for the Houston Astros, and not only that, but 3 outs away from getting himself his first no-hitter. And if this game were in the middle of the season, at the first or any time, there would be drama right now for Mike Scott going for his no-hitter. But to come a time like this, when the Astros are trying to clinch the pennant, is unbelievable. Scott Geraltz will be the third pitcher used by Roger Craig for the Giants.
This guy's been a good one also this year. You can look at his numbers. They've had a real good bullpen for San Francisco this year. Well, there's Dickie Thon. Pinch hit in the 6th inning and struck out. Scott will bat next. And a strike to Dickie. Strike 1. Now we'll go to the top of the order. Billy Hatcher. 2-0. 10 hits Astros, nothing for the Giants. One ball and 1 strike to Thon.
You know, under the circumstances against Aldretti, that's about as good as you can do, a warning track out, the way he's been going all year.
Boy, he'll scare you a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Geralt's a slider pitcher. He has one of the highest rated sliders in the league. There's Mike. What's going through that young man's mind? A lot of things.
Oh.
Hard to separate them at this point.
Or maybe nothing.
Oh, yeah. Keep it that way.
That's right. Don't think.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Geraltz throws a split finger also, and a little bit different one, I understand. It's sort of like a screwball. I don't know how you separate them in certain instances, but it's a little bit different pitch than the rest of the pitchers throw. And he got Thon for the 2nd time today. Well, no need to tell you what's going to happen to Scott.
This crowd, of course, ready to explode.
Now, Mike's had himself a hit today, as well as an aborted sacrifice, but a strikeout, so he's had a pretty good day at the plate also. Three years ago tomorrow was the last National League no-hitter. 3 years ago tomorrow. One ball, 2 strikes.
Who had it?
Bob Force.
Bob Force, that's right.
It's been a long time. That's not the longest that the National League has gone without one, but it's been a long time. That's strikeout. 2 in a row here by Geraltz.
Charlie Kerfeld warming up down in the bullpen for Houston.
Scott will take a 2-0 shutout, no-hit game into the top of the 9th. Unless Hatcher pops one out here, we'll make it 3-0.
All right.
And a foul ball back into the screen, strike one. Bill Worrell is on his way to the clubhouse. Hatcher has been hit by a pitch, last time up 0 for 3. And 2 strikes from Scott Garrels. Stay with us. We'll have it all here. It's not over yet, but it's getting pretty close. We're moving into the top of the 9th here in just a moment. There are 2 outs. 0-2 on Billy Hatcher. And he struck him out. Got the side, struck out the side. Thon, Scott, and Hatcher, and everybody looking forward to what's going to happen now in the next few moments. We've wrapped up 8 innings here in the Astrodome. The Astros out to clinch it with a win, and a lot on the line for Mike Scott as he goes for the no-hitter here in the top half of the 9th inning. We'll be back on HSE in just a moment with the Astros leading it 2-0.
Stay tuned as Texaco and its 18,000 retailers and 55,000 employees salute our Astros star of the game.
Love is in the air.
Gordon's Jewelers makes your wedding extra wonderful with a beautiful 18-karat gold bridal set from the Golden Treasure Collection. The most exciting selection you'll ever see. 18-karat gives you more gold in your gold. And when Gordon's puts 18-karat gold together with diamonds, it's something to love forever.
Love is in the air.
The Golden Treasure Collection at Gordon's Jewelers.
The automotive world knew it would come. It was only a matter of time. Acura, a new dimension in performance automobiles from a new division of American Honda. The Acura Legend V6 luxury touring sedan and Acura Integra sports sedans. The precision-crafted automobiles of Acura.
Starting at $96.93, now at Gilman Acura, I-45 North at Rankin Road.
Well, we'll start the inning off with a stat board right there. You see it all at the top. Astros lead it 2-0. Dan Gladden will be the first batter. Hit by a pitch, grounded out and struck out. Mike Scott has not given up a hit. 3 runners have reached off of him in the ball game. Strike 2. Nobody out, nobody on. 2 strikes on Dan Gladden. 1-2. So many things have happened over the last few days that it's hard to recount them one after the other. The Astros pitching staff now has gone 27 in the 3rd innings without giving up a run. Number 12 for Scott. Astros are 2 outs away from clinching the division for the 2nd time in their history. Mike Scott is 2 outs away from a no-hitter. Robbie Thompson, 1 ball, no strikes. Sure you all remember the last no-hitter pitched here. That was by Nolan Ryan. The 5th of his career. Back on September the 26th of '81. 5 years ago tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, nobody on. 1-2. on Robbie Thompson. Will Clark will be next. Now Thompson asked the plate umpire Bob Engel for time. That sort of summed up the afternoon's work for Scott on that look by Robbie Thompson. 13. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the ninth. Houston 2-0. Scott has not given up a hit. Will Clark. There it is. Tell you, what a capper for a great season. It's not over yet, of course. The Astros still have the Mets to contend with, and then hopefully on to the World Series. But to end a season on such a note, I think absolutely unheard of. The Astros had to win today. They didn't have to win today, but they wanted to win it for the home fans. And you'll be seeing now the scenes in the locker room. We'll let that carry itself, of course. But we do want to mention this is the first no-hitter since Bob Forsch pitched his 3 years ago tomorrow against the Montreal Expos for the Cardinals. Fifth no-hitter pitched here in the Astrodome. All have been done by, there's Mike. All have been done by Houston pitchers.
There's a no-hitter. When did it dawn on you? I'll tell you, it was nothing or 2-0 late in the end. Of course, you want the no-hitter, but you can't get careless and walk people, trying to avoid them getting hits and keep them off the base. And so happy and tired now, fall down.
Mike,
without a doubt.
Mike, when did you start thinking about it? Did you at all?
Probably not till about the 6th, 7th inning. That type of ball game is so close, and we wanted to make sure we'd won it here. And you can't, start getting picky and throwing the corners and getting behind. One home run, the ball game's tied.
It really looked like the split finger. You had that pitch going down.
Yeah, it's the best one I had this year.
When do you think you're going to wake up and realize it?
Oh, probably about 5 o'clock in Atlanta tomorrow.
You kind of numb right now, Mike? You're kind of numb right now.
I'm tired. I just didn't want to click anybody and get anybody out of the playoffs, but this is fantastic.
What's this moment like for you, Mike?
Well, right now I'm about ready to fall down and pass out, but it's something I've been playing a long time. We've never been close, and this team just kept fighting like all year long. We never had a bad streak. We always had something to bring us out of a short losing streak, and this team deserves it.
Are you kind of blown away what you've done here? You're clinch hitting, throwing no-hitter at the same time?
Well, yeah, I am.
Unbelievable. Hey,
Mike. Mike. Mike, for the HSE viewers out there that are watching in the locker room, I know that the thrill of it for you, I know you couldn't have been thinking of it very long. When you got the 1-0 lead, do you feel like you could hold it?
Well, you try to. You don't know if you can, but you try to. Oh, shit.
Do you like champagne, Mike?
Yeah, my contacts don't. I like it.
Well, this is crazy. Mike, great job all year, and I know this is going to do a lot to boost you for the Cy Young Award. I know you haven't had time to think about it an awful lot, but, boy, what a season.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd trade 10 for a World Series, and, you know, that's what we got past our first goal of the season. We got to do a couple more things to do before, and I'll worry about that when the season's over. I can't worry about it anyway. That's
have a good time, Mike. You enjoyed it. Mike Scott's been with us here in the locker room, and I'll tell you, pandemonium already. And I've got my load of champagne, Larry Durker.
What a way to win a division. I've got Kevin Bass with me here, and Kevin has been a big part of it all the way. Kevin, what was it like out there today?
I still don't believe it, Larry. That was awesome. And you know as a pitcher how great a feat that is. And just to clinch it on a day like today, you know, Scotty was just awesome. He's been awesome all year, and I just, man, I'm ecstatic about it. I don't know what to say, I tell you.
Well, he was striking everybody out and keeping the ball in the infield, but you had to think that maybe the ball's going to be hit to me. What were you thinking the last couple innings?
I was thinking diving if I had to. I tell you, if the worst thing was going to come to the worst was I was going to make an error, you know, and it wouldn't have went to his credit. So it was just a lot of fun, Larry. It's amazing.
And it wasn't that easy hitting against those Giants pitchers either, was it?
No, it wasn't. Mark Davis was tough, and Juan Berenguer was throwing the ball well. And although we were hitting them, we just wasn't getting those 2 and 3 hits back to back.
But this team seems like it's been able to do whatever it takes. If you get 2 runs, you give up 1 or none.
That's true. I tell you, the Lord's blessed this team. We got some good players, some good people, and some good staff members. And, you know, what more can we say about it?
Well, we got some good champagne, too, but it's all going to waste.
I don't know. I tell you, this rug needs some shampooing. Toss some bottles.
Congratulations on a great year. Keep it up in the playoffs.
Thank you, Larry. All right.
Hey, Larry, it's not all. The champagne's not all going to waste. We've got Hal Lanier over here with Billy Hatcher. And, Billy, you're not letting that champagne go to waste.
No, I'm not. Mike Scott was awesome today. It was just where I seem to be going all year. What a way to end it with a no-hitter.
Well, what a difference a year makes. In Chicago last year, you're traded over here to the Astros. Did you have any idea it could end up like this?
No, I didn't. I'm just so happy, you know. The good Lord is looking after me. He's looking after the team. We're just so happy right now.
You have really been one of the catalysts for this team this year, especially since being inserted in the leadoff spot.
Well, you know, I'm just trying to do the job that I can do. I just wanted to play it. Hal put me in the lineup. He said, go get him, kid. And so I'm just doing the best job that I can do.
Billy, it was the clincher. In the 9th inning, you had to have, I'll tell you what, let me go back to the 8th inning. Aldretti catches a ball. He'd already broken up 2 no-hitters earlier this year. You had to go all the way to the warning track to catch that ball. What was your feeling after you caught it? Did you think he had the no-hitter then?
Yes, because, well, last night, Nolan was throwing good, and he blooped one in, and so today I said I'm not going to let that happen. So I was playing real shallow, and he hit the ball good, and I just took off running as hard as I can go. Then I knew I could have it when I got to the warning track, and I just pulled it in.
When did those goosebumps come up?
They were up around the 7th inning. I was just wishing the best thing for Mike Scott and the team, and he just came through for us tonight.
Billy Hatcher, boy, the Houston community everywhere in this viewing audience accepts you as a true Astros now. Go all the way in the playoffs.
Hey, I guess I'm a Texan now. I love Houston.
All right, great. Thank you, Billy Hatcher. Larry Durker standing by with Milo and Denny Walling. Larry, go ahead.
Woo! Hey, I got D-Dub here. Denny, what a big home run. Have you ever hit a bigger one?
I can't remember a bigger one. I'm not very much on home runs, but that one came at a good time today. Mike was throwing the heck out of the ball. He's been consistent all year long. It's just great to be a part of clinching it and being a part of this team and being a part of a no-hitter.
Can you imagine this guy coming out and pitching a no-hitter to clinch the title?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What was it like trying to play third base knowing that you had a no-hitter in the balance? I mean, it had to be enough pressure just trying to win the pennant.
I was just trying to bear down on every pitch. I'm sure all the infielders and outfielders were doing the same. It just turned out right this time. Mike deserves it.
What was he throwing? It looked unhittable.
Him and Nolan and Deshays, they were unhittable the last 3 or 4 days. Mike took it the full 9 innings. I'm happy for him. He had control of that split finger. It was dropping 2 or 3 feet, it looked like, from third base, and they couldn't touch it.
What did you hit?
I hit a fastball out over the plate.
I've been moving too soon before they let go of the ball, and Denny told me to stay back, and I spread out my stance a little bit, and the first one was high, and the next one was a fastball out over the plate that I happened to get just enough of. It didn't even make the stands, but I'll take a paint. Let me hit a little paint on it when it went out of here.
Yeah, but you hit it a mile in the air.
I drove it up. I don't usually hit them like that either, but I'll take it.
You should have heard Milo when you hit that one.
Milo.
D-Dub.
All right.
Oh, he's marvelous.
Okay, thank you.
Nice going, Matt.
Okay, I guess we're on. Billy Doran, the second baseman, and really a fantastic year. Can you believe this?
Well, the way it ended up is fantastic. I tell you what, we've come a long way, and we're wanting to get it over with and get it done with at home, and we're able to do that. And the fact that Mike throws a no-hitter on top of it just puts the finishing touches on.
Billy, I know that you wanted to get the lead first. Winning the game was important to you. But what part of the game did you start thinking, my goodness, the guy's pitching a no-hitter?
I thought about it about the seventh, really. I was so caught up in the game itself, trying to win the ball game. I looked up and I didn't notice they didn't have any hits. I thought, gee whiz, what a great way to go out. But Mike got it done. He was fantastic all night long, and a lot of their guys had some comments like, gee, we just don't have a chance, and he was outstanding.
Now, you played a big part in the no-hitter. You had to go pretty far to your left on Spillman's ground ball and make the force at second base, and it was all you could do to get it.
Well, I had plenty of time to get there. I was, kind of mad myself we didn't get a double play out of it, but at the time, with 2-run lead, the way Mike was throwing, I wanted to be sure to get the out, keep the guy out scoring position, and let him take over from there, and that's exactly what he did.
What's the feeling? It's got to be incredible for you, but you've played baseball a long time.
It has, and I've enjoyed the big leagues every year I've been here, but this tops it all. As far as athletic go, this is by far the greatest experience I've had, and I just hope there's more to come.
Bring on the Mets, huh?
Let's see what happens.
Okay, all right. Milo is standing by with the architect of this fantastic Western Division champion.
You bet we are. President and General Manager Dick Wagner, you've been through it before, but you can never get too much of it, can
darn
you?
right, I love it. This is a great evening, or afternoon, whatever it is.
Oh, whatever it is. And we got the skipper here. He just gave you another little drench. Well, here they are, the duet. Last year, Dick said when he took over, this club's a better club, and then you went out and got the manager you wanted.
Well, I felt that way last fall, and I felt that way this spring, and I think Hal's made a great difference. And I've never been with a group of young men that have worked as hard, and the coaches have worked hard, and everybody in our group has worked hard and worked together, and it's great.
Dick, were you ever with a club that went so far with not that much expected?
Well, I don't know. I haven't thought about that, but I had faith in these fellows from the time we started in Kissimmee, and I have it now. So this is the first step, and we got 2 big ones to go.
You betcha. Dick, thank you. Congratulations. And Larry, come on, get the skipper here.
Well, I got the skipper here, Hal Lanier, along with Dick Wagner, had put together this winning combination. And Hal, in your first year as a manager, could you have written a better script?
Well, no, you really couldn't. I just like to thank Dr. McMullen and Dick Wagner for giving me this opportunity to manage in a big club, and especially this ball club. I thought even from first spring training that, this was the ball club that would, my first year of managing, it would be great to manage, because it was a lot like the ball club I just came from.
Boy, the guys give you everything you ask, don't they?
Well, that's all that you can expect from a manager's standpoint. And
Scotty gave you a little more.
Well, I guess Mike wrote the script for all the writers today, because it's going to be easy pitching a no-hitter. They don't have too much to say about it. But what a perfect inning. The last 3 ball games we got great pitching performance out of Deshays, Ryan, and Scott, and it couldn't come at a better time. And luckily we got a chance to finish it at home.
And now you've got a chance to set up for the playoffs the way you want to.
Well, it gives us a lot of time. Right now, we have a few days off for some of the people who need some extra work, and get to look at some of the young kids. But, we also got to be, motivated and at our peak when we go into the playoffs.
Well, first things first, a little celebrating. I guess you're going to ease off on the guys maybe for just one night, huh?
Oh, yes. They burned that.
Nice going, Skip.
Thank you. Thanks, Milo.
Mike, right here.
Okay, we're standing here with a man that really got this started a couple of nights ago. The rookie left-hander Jim Deshays, who threw that super 2-hitter you remember against the Dodgers, had 8 consecutive strikeouts for the major league record. You kind of got it started. You set up the tone for the other 2 pitchers and then made a little challenge to them, huh? You were telling me that story.
Well, what's a 2-hitter around here? That's nothing. I mean, these guys come out, throw 1-hitters, no-hitters. It's just unbelievable. I was talking to Nolan last night, and I was giving him a little bit of heat, saying, you got to steal my thunder, throw that one hitter. And Ash was standing right there, and he said, you wait till tomorrow. He said, Scotty's going to come out and show you all up. And I don't know if he had a vision for it, but he's nailed it, right, hit it right on the head of the nail.
Jim, if they'd have told you in school to write your most unbelievable fairy tale, could you have thought one up like this to clinch it, not only to clinch a pennant, but to throw a no-hitter? I mean, that's incredible.
It would take a tremendous imagination to dream that one up. I mean, that's something, like I said, it's so far-fetched to even think about it. But if anybody could do it, well, Mr. Ryan could have done it, and Scotty could have done it, and we came real close 2 times, and Scotty nailed it down. That's just unbelievable.
Give the fans a little feeling of what goes on in the dugout. What do the other pitchers talk about when a guy's pitching a game like that? Are you superstitious? Do you talk no-hitter?
You don't say no-hitter. You just say, I wonder what he feels like, and boy, he's got it going, and that kind of stuff. And I just kind of sat back and watched and enjoyed it. The only thing I said is, in the bottom of the 8th, when Scotty was coming up to hit, I went up to Nolan, and I figured he'd be the expert on the subject. And I said, speaking from experience, what are you going through right now? And he said, you're getting a little tight right about now. But fortunately, he has to hit. He's got something else to think about, and well, that was just unbelievable.
Jim, thanks for a great season. Keep it going in the playoffs. Let's go now to Larry Durker. He's got Mike Scott with him. We'll hear about it firsthand.
Okay, take care.
Okay.
Hey, Mike Scott, just an unbelievable performance. How in the world do you do this on a pressure game like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I almost didn't get out of the first inning. I was so pumped up, I was just going to go out there and think I could throw it by everybody, and I almost threw it too glad, and then I decided I better start controlling my emotions a little bit out there and pitch, and after the first couple of innings, I got better command of my pitches.
And then what happened to your emotions as the game went along?
I still try to control them a little bit, but when Glenn made that last out at first base, it kind of exploded.
Boy, I'll tell you, this was just an incredible scenario to win the division and pitch a no-hitter on top of the year you've already had.
Well, I'll tell you what, we wanted to win it here. That's the main goal when we had coming back here. We knew we'd eventually win it, but, we needed a little help from Cincinnati today, and one goal that we had is to come back here and win it for the fans. They deserved it, and it's a lot more fun for us, and it's a lot more fun for them.
I have a feeling that old Cy Young might be squirming a little bit right now.
Well, we got some other things to take care of, and I've got no control over that.
I'll tell you, what more could you ask? What more can you do?
I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied? What about the Mets? Those are your old teammates. They traded you away.
That's all right. I have no animosity. All the guys that I was there got traded away, too, so I don't know any of those guys.
Just an outstanding performance, Mike. It seemed to me like you were using all your pitches.
Well, after about the first 3 innings, I think I went mostly the fastball and split finger, and it's the best split finger pitch I've had all year, I think. I could start in the strike zone and dip it down out, or I could start it up a little high and get it for a called strike, and I haven't had command of that like I did tonight all year.
When did you start thinking about the no-hitter? I know primary on your mind, you wanted to win the game and win the division, but when did you start thinking, hey, I got good enough stuff, and I pitched enough innings, there's not that much further to go, I can do it?
Well, about the 6th or 7th inning, I knew I had one, but I also knew that if you get careless and start trying to hit corners and avoid them hitting the ball, you're going to get behind and walk a guy or get behind and it'll have to lay one in there. And in a close game like that, it helps you concentrate, but you still got to realize that winning the game is the most important thing, and I didn't want to go walking people trying to stop them from hitting the ball.
Well, Mike, win the game you did, and you won it in style. Congratulations again. Keep it going.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Well, the man with a big grin standing next to me, of course, the owner of the Houston Astros, Dr. John McMullen. Boy, the feeling must be wonderful.
It was marvelous. You couldn't find a better ending. I don't know who wrote it, but it was really great.
Well, can you believe what was going through your mind up there when Scott was not only clinching the game for you, he was pitching a no-hitter?
Well, I was sort of a little bit worried. I think he's going to get the Cy Young, and it's going to cost me a lot of money.
It's working, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Doctor, you've taken a lot of heat in the past. I think credit ought to be handed out for the fact that you brought Dick Wagner over here, and you and Dick in turn brought Hal Lanier to this city, and you brought a championship to this city.
Yeah, well, they've had a very cohesive group. It's amazing. It's not only Dick and Hal, but the whole coaching staff. We really have a very homogeneous staff, and they've done very well.
And things have fallen together, too. A lot of players have had their best years.
I think it's because of the coaches and Hal and Dick. It's been a well-run organization, and they really have excellent chemistry.
All right, now what kind of bets you got going in New York? Tell us.
I'm not making any bets, but I'll take a few odds.
Hey,
Las Vegas is against us.
Oh, well, that's all right. Thanks for all the thrills. Dr. John McMullen, the owner of the Astros, all smiles, champagne flowing in the locker room right now. We'll be back with more on HSE in just a moment.
We're
going to catch up.
The automotive world knew it would come. It was only a matter of time. Acura, a new dimension in performance automobiles from a new division of American Honda. The Acura Legend V6 luxury touring sedan and Acura Integra sports sedans. The precision-crafted automobiles of Acura.
Starting at $96.93, now at Gilman Acura, I-45 North at Rankin Road.
On Tuesday, September 30th, the great Gretzky comes to Dallas's Reunion Arena when the two-time Stanley Cup champion Edmonton Oilers take on the Detroit Red Wings in the Cheap Auto Parts Hockey Challenge. Wayne Gretzky, a seven-time league most valuable player, is considered by most to be the greatest hockey player to have ever played. You don't want to miss the first National League hockey game ever to be played in Texas, featuring hockey's greatest star. Tickets are available at all local Rainbow Ticketmaster locations, or to charge by phone, call toll-free to this number.
Texas Rangers baseball is more fun in a group. Bring your group to Arlington Stadium. For special group discounts, call the Rangers ticket office at Metro 273-5222.
All right, Milo Hamilton back in the clubhouse with Cheo and Cheito. Don't let him get away. He's got to enjoy some of this. What a day for all of you.
You bet, Milo. I tell you, this is one of my best memorable day in baseball for me. Baseball was my day, and we clinched and winning don't-hitter. That's the best moment for me.
Can you imagine getting the trophy you got from your fellow countrymen before the game, and then playing in a no-hitter and driving in an insurance run?
You bet. That was I tell you, that was one of my best moments in baseball. I tell you, I never forget this day.
Well, you were hopping around since the All-Star game like the young Cheo. You really felt great the second half, didn't you?
You're right, Milo. I feel great, and especially that I have to thank Harlan to be patient with me and to give me the chance to play and show everybody that I still can play.
Boy, can he play, and a big insurance run today. Now it's on to bigger things.
You bet. I just can't wait to the minute. Right now I'm ready. I hope the mess is ready too.
All the best to you and the family, and keep it going, pal.
Thank you, Milo.
All right, let's go with Alan Ashby.
Okay, Alan Ashby is right now getting some congratulations, and Alan, you've caught 3 no-hitters. It's still got to be an unbelievable feeling.
My first no-hitter was the second game I ever played as an Astro. Kenny Forge threw one against the Braves. Nolan Ryan throws one in '81 as we go down the pennant drive. And now Mike Scott as we clinch the pennant on our pennant clinching day, and it's just unbelievable. We had a 10-game lead. We were going to come in here and be happy and excited and everything, but this is beyond words.
This one today had a 4-star rating, no doubt about it.
Oh boy, I tell you, if you can go higher than 4-star, this had it.
Let me ask you, what goes through the catcher's mind? Now we talked to the players who were in the dugout. They were walking around. They were a little nervous. What goes through Alan Ashby's? You're only working with a 1-run lead, yet you'd like to have him keep his no-hitter, but what do you call back there?
I had 9 other games to work on to try to win the pennant right now, or win the West. I had 1 game to work on that no-hitter, and that's what I was really focused on right there. I hate to say it, but I wanted that no-hitter probably more than Mike did, if that's possible. And you know how you feel sometime when you have your child doing something, you wish you could go out there and do it for him. I wanted to go out there. I don't think I could have got one man out, but I wanted to go out there.
I saw the Giant hitters mumbling. What were they saying up there?
Well, among other things, the fact that they didn't feel they had much of a chance, and I was agreeing with them, and it was just we were united in our opinions there.
Let me have an opinion for a moment. This club didn't really get going until you were inserted into the starting lineup, and then it started to come strong. You've been there before. You kind of put the settling hand on this team.
I felt very fortunate. At the start of the year, I got to play a couple weeks, and we were successful, and then my chance came later, and I'm just grateful to God that I got a chance. I'm happier than words can say, believe me. I just never envisioned this was going to happen this year.
Well, you got pretty close against the Phillies, go all the way against the Mets, huh?
We really do. This is just the first step. We've a number of us that were here in '80 and '81 learned. This is just the first step. You got to go all the way, and we're going to give it our best.
Well, a 2-hitter by Deshays, a 1-hitter by Ryan, and then a no-hitter by Scott. So you called it last night, somebody told me.
I did. I said I had a feeling Scotty was going to steal the show, and I just, if I'm a prophet, let's go all the way.
Thanks a lot, Alan Ashby. Let's go back to Larry Durker. This thing's getting wild, Larry.
Well, I've got Dave Smith with me. Dave, you're going to be out of work if these guys keep this up.
I don't want to pitch following that stuff. It's unbelievable.
Have you ever seen anything like that? Have you seen a pitcher with a command performance to match that?
No. From about the 5th inning on, I was talking to Les Moss, and he just said he's awesome. There's no way they're going to hit a split finger, and his fastball is got great stuff on his fastball, but the main thing is his split finger.
Yeah, but at least he had good control. He was putting them all on the corner, too.
He was right on the black all night, and I've never seen a more dominating pitch game like that.
And this team is amazing, too, because had a lot of bad breaks on the base paths and looked like we weren't going to be able to score, but it seems like this year, whatever it takes, this team has got enough when it comes down to a big ball game.
Yeah, we left 6 guys on in the first 3 innings, and you know, I was thinking, God, we got to score here pretty soon because Baron Guerra hadn't pitched in a while, and Mike's throwing a great game, and you know, Mike picked us up.
Well, you ought to be about ready now. That elbow ought to be feeling pretty good with all this rest.
It feels great. I don't know about in the morning.
Well, that's good news. Dave Smith's elbow feels great. We got everything nailed down, and now for a little bit more festivities, Charlie Kerfeld and Bill Worrell.
Stop me that one. Well, I'm telling you, it is wild over here. Like, well, for all the folks in Carson City and Knob Noster, what do you got to say?
Hey, folks, we're number 1, and here we did it this year, and celebrate with us. We're here to stay. Now it's the Mets. They're next in line.
Charlie, you're one of the big reasons you and Dave Smith this year holding this club together in the early going, and now you haven't had a chance to pitch much lately.
Oh, that's fine with me. As long as them guys keep doing the job, it doesn't matter. Heck, guy can keep throwing complete games like that. It doesn't matter anymore.
Once you got the run and got the lead, then I imagine everybody started thinking about the no-hitter.
What can you say? I mean, I said it already. Shakespeare couldn't have written a better script than this one tonight.
Well, if you had to, though, when did you think he had the no-hitter?
About 16. I said, when he struck out the side that one, I said, there's no chance anybody's going to get him. He was just flat out awesome.
You know, Charlie, they talk about the Met pitching. I think the Astro pitching here with Jim DeShays coming up with that beautiful 2-hitter the other night. You're going into the playoffs in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think our pitching might even be better than theirs. They say it's not as good, but you know, when it comes down the line, we'll see what happens.
Well, have some more champagne or a beer or whatever.
Beer. No more champagne left. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Big Charlie. Let's go over to Milo with Nolan Ryan. Milo?
All right, Bill, and I'm not going to take him alone. I got to have a pitcher to help me out with this. Nolan Ryan, I tell you, the last 3 nights you were right in the middle of some of the greatest pitching. Jim DeShays told me a while ago, he says, how do you like that? I pitch a good one, Noli pitches a good one, and here comes Scotty and upstages both of us.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how you could have written the script any better than today, and I think Scotty made a point that he was going to go out there and beat him and do it in grand style.
I was wondering how your hair stayed dry so long.
Big Charlie's going to take care of everything.
Hey, after 19 years, you don't mind this, do you?
Whoa! Hey, and that's called payback. Nolan, you've talked a lot the last couple of weeks about how much this club had come around to being a championship team. They proved it the last 3 days, didn't they?
Well, I think that we proved a point today that we're serious, we're a good ball club, and I think the Mets have probably taken notice. And if they didn't notice the last 3 games, then evidently they're out to lunch.
Nobody's delivering the paper, and the electricity's off in New York. Nolan, great for you and your family. I said last night I can't wait for someday when they put a billboard on every street into Alvin that says, welcome to the hometown of Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan, and you put another page in that book last night.
Well, thank you, Milo, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 weeks. I think it's going to be exciting.
Thanks for the visit.
All right,
and let's go over to Bill. What do we got? Oh, Gene, you're ready upstairs. Gene Elston.
Okay, Milo, thank you very much. Tell you, looking forward to exciting. I don't know how it can get any more exciting than it has been. We'll be back here at the Astrodome right after this.
On September 25th, 1986, Astro fans watched in awe as Mike Scott, Major League Baseball's strikeout king, pitched his way into the record books with the most dominating no-hit performance in modern baseball history. And now you can relive every moment as the Astros clinch the Western Division title with your own home video copy of Great Scott, the Astros Win the West. Here for only $39.95 is the culmination of the rise to power of Major League Baseball's Cinderella team, the Houston Astros. For this 2-volume home video cassette recording, call 799-9555 or write HSA Video, Post Office Box 288, Houston, Texas 77001. Great Scott, the Astros win the West. Only $39.95.